Got your stuff in the back off. Oops.
Oops.
Yeah. Okay, so Bonnie's talking about LA. Things happened.
This is the march on the Capitol to Phoenix, Arizona.
Oh, wow.
Oops, that's me.
I can't hardly see this word, and it's going to be even littler on here. But it says,
Shift, booty.
Gov,
Get your ass up here.
We shall not fear. This is what Bonnie was sending me, but I can't hardly make out that word either.
Oh, one of their signs.
Yeah, so I don't. I'm struggling to read it, Bonnie. What it says. We were GOVT, so abbreviated for, and then that, I don't know, MA, I don't know what that word is. What's up, Billy?
Hey, Bill.
Hey, Shift Kicker.
Hey, Shift Kicker. I didn't know she was in here.
Here she goes. They said, that's pretty, yeah, that's what it looks like, it says. Oh my gosh.
And it doesn't look like a lot's going on right now. This is, like I said, this is live off of TikTok. They're marching on the Capitol in Phoenix, and then I'm going to drop this screen, and then we'll show you a little bit of what was happening earlier today, courtesy of Smoke and Scan.
What's up, Mega?
And this was earlier today. Oh, it's in the back there, Colo. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
This was earlier today, you guys, from Smoke and Scan. And this was in LA, because he's pretty much covering just the LA one. He's in Cali, Southern Cali, I think. But there was quite the little party going on for a while there.
Somebody was carrying an American flag. I guess that's good, so they'll burn it in a little while. Lala, baby.
Thank you. So where was it where they were doing the cuffs and then pretty much taking them right back off the other night? Was that here or somewhere
That was
else?
LA. Yeah.
LA. Now this is in front of the City Hall earlier in LA. And they had a bunch of people speaking and stuff. Trying to find where they were partying though. They were out dancing and they had all this Mexican music going on.
Look at the wall up there. I don't know if you can go back or not, but somebody tried to write, I think, lynch Trump, and it looked like lunch Trump. I mean, don't do graffiti if you can't spell. I mean,
Where was that? Let's see. A wall?
you got to go back in the clip. It was showing the wall in the City Hall, right there where all that crowd was. If you look up to the right-hand side, you'll see it. It's like lunch Trump.
I think I went too far. Because this is when they were getting closer.
Okay, I'm way loud. Can you bring my volume down, son?
Well, we literally just turned it up. Is it too loud? Okay.
Was it in here? Right about here, Yorga?
How's that, Yorga?
I think so. It's when they're all standing in front of the courthouse.
I'm trying to... Oh, the courthouse. Shit, that was way back here. Oh, now I lost it. Damn it.
That's all right. Don't worry about it.
Well, needless to say, it did look like quite a turnout just in LA alone earlier. Now, Smoke and Scans, I don't know. This is what it was looking like when he cut off here about a half hour ago. So it looks like the LA police pretty much got them under control. I mean, I don't see anything, but I'm going to be checking around during the streams. But let me see if I can go back to this one in Denver, or excuse me, Arizona. Oh no, they're going back to their car. Let's see what I can find here. Maybe they're dying down. They've been pretty nice for protesters overall.
Yeah, they've behaved better than most of the protests you see.
Yeah, let's see where this is at. Actually, I don't know where. Oh, in Merced, California. I got Merced, California. Let's see and I got it live on TikTok. So here's TikTok. Here's TikTok, and this is in Merced, I think. It's on that back screen there, Cola.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There you go. So this is live right now. So it's still going on in different places. It's just
Habla homosexual.
Yeah, we don't have that clip over here, huh? That was pretty funny.
Let's see what else I can find.
Oh, really, Mary? Wouldn't that be wonderful? I'd love to see that list.
It seems like a lot of the police are all over right now because what's going on in these different places live on TikTok, it's very calm looking everywhere. Well, that's good because we were anticipating a bunch of bullshit to happen today. So, and there's not as many streamers right now because I'm looking.
They kind of look like they're just having a big party right now.
Yeah, I'm not seeing a whole lot more than that. Okay, I got another one over here. Let's see if I can grab that. Publicly intoxicated. Okay, it's in the back there.
Punk ass bitch.
Uh-oh.
Thought he was gonna grab my phone. Man, I should have fucked him up. The moment he grabbed my phone, I should have fucked him up. Shit, man. Hell yeah. Get the fuck out of here, man. Because we're going to get in trouble, not that motherfucker, and he drunk.
Oh, look who it is. Hey, Craig.
Hey.
That's what the comment was covering you up. What's up?
Let's get them to come on because we're going to get in trouble, not them.
Craig.
Craigie, baby.
Hey, please. Go that way because they're going to get us in trouble. They're going to get us in trouble. Come on. Go that way because they'll get us in trouble. Come on.
It looks like Mardi Gras. Or not Mardi Gras.
That's coming up.
Fuck this motherfucker. Come on.
Fuck that motherfucker.
Yeah, I heard that. Uh-oh, it's not you, Craig?
Wait, what?
He says that's fake, Craig.
No, I'm really here. Yeah.
No, there he
Yeah,
is.
bitch, man.
Oh, okay. Well, look, as soon as I did that,
I wasn't gonna do nothing,
I
man.
covered you up with a comment. I'm sorry.
You
There
got
you
my
are.
fucking- don't
Pretty
stop my fucking
boring
shit.
so far.
You're like,
Yeah, they do a boring protest.
Oh yeah.
They're just like
Dude, I'm 44 with health.
screaming every once in a while.
I'll
Yay!
beat the shit out of them. I don't give a shit.
Arriba! Well, at least it's a nice piece. This is what I can say is peaceful for a protest.
Hey, Pooty, I see you talking shit out there. Sorry.
Get out my line.
And this is live on TikTok from somebody named Justin Adair. So,
Thank you. Thank you, Justin.
Yeah,
What city is this?
Merced, California.
Huh.
If I'm pronouncing it right.
Never heard of it.
They got a little drum and everything.
One little, two little, three little Indian, four little.
We had some drunk dude over there start shit.
Oh yeah, Bonnie, I didn't see that.
Oh, I didn't. I'm looking, Bonnie. If you have a link for anything, send it to Cola.
That's funny.
Uh-oh, they were starting fires. Oh, we say that word?
Pronounced Merced. Okay, Merced.
Yeah, if they're doing that, Craig, it's only 7:30 out there, I think. There's probably more to come.
They better get on top of that.
I know my rights. I know my rights to protest. I carry heat. I'm legal.
Yeah, it was pretty peaceful last night too. The ones we saw, except at the end they started spinning out tires and going in circles around people in the middle of the road and all that.
Let me figure out how to flip my camera real quick.
Cola, check
You know what's
private.
funny is, a lot of you motherfuckers talk shit about motherfuckers protesting and shit, which is crazy because both Democrats and Republicans both say that protesting is a fucking constitutional right. But once one side hears shit what they don't want to fucking hear, they start crying like a bitch. Now, it's time for everybody to grow the fuck up and realize this is a part of being American, a part of being in America.
Well, they're just not doing much.
It'd be peaceful as long as you don't got dumbasses trying to start shit on purpose. Phoenix, Arizona.
I live in San Jose. Yeah, that's hella north of California. Oh.
Yeah, they're just basically ordering.
Okay, where's this at? I gotta see where this is.
It's a big party.
I don't know where this one's at. Probably in the same area. It's a different streamer.
Was there a bumblebee outfit? Did I see a bumblebee?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up with that? We've been seeing that.
I don't know. Killer bees. They say they're coming up from Mexico.
Yeah.
Remember that was a big deal like 40 years ago, 40 or 50 years ago?
They had a movie. Remember the movie? And they went into the Superdome and froze the bees. Turned the air conditioner up. That's how they killed them.
I remember that now.
Oh, shit. Which screen am I on? I'm on that one. Okay.
Yeah, they had some silly plot line in those movies back then. Looking back at it.
Is it fun for you guys? I'm just here for the cheese, man. I'm not really here to protest, but I guess people
I'm not here to protest. I'm just here to stream it.
Yeah.
This feels like more like a drill team or an after a football, high school football game.
No, like they're just partying.
Yeah, they're not really.
I mean, I am. I'm here for the cheese, man. This is literally why I'm here.
She's
It
here for
seemed like
what?
she was
I don't know about you
responding
people,
to
but I
us.
am.
Did it not seem like she was answering us? Well, I'm
Yeah.
here for this.
I'm here for the horns.
She was answering us. It was creepy. I thought somebody else was talking for a minute.
Where is this, Crystal? This, for anybody that's asking me, it literally says on my caption, this is the Poway protest. We are in San Diego, North County,
San Diego.
California.
Oh, that's covered.
I didn't say cheese. I say cheese, man. That's not my truck, so I'm not moving it. It's not my truck. No, I would not do this.
So the other stream was Merced, California, and then this is San
Thank you, I
Diego.
will. I'm just
So
here
it's
for a little
going
bit.
all over the place, basically, down in California.
Oh, he's calling the cops. Yeah, they're part of the. It's they sponsor. What's it called? That.
I like to call
Something that has to do
California
with Trump. I
old
don't remember the word.
Mexico.
Well, especially there in San Diego, you're only maybe 20 miles from the border.
Yeah, but think about it. That really was all Mexican territory, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure. I know either Texas or part of Texas was.
Yeah, wasn't that what the Spanish-American War was about?
I think I never really studied that war. It's one of the only wars I don't really know anything about.
I tell you what, I
Thank you
saw
for the
that
likes.
picture.
Thank you for the likes.
That
If
bootleg's
you think it's
talking about, right? Or
embarrassing, let me get off
bootlicker.
my fucking live. Nobody told you to watch this shit.
Oh yeah, the bricks.
I've
on
got
the
that
side.
picture. Yeah, I can try to look for it and get a screenshot of it, and so that people know what he's talking about. I don't know if it. I didn't fact check it, but I saw it. It was right there on the wall behind them.
Yeah.
Whose bus is that?
Probably
there was-
everybody's seen it.
There was several. There was a lot of that going on.
Sorry.
And that's what I was telling you about, Tin. It's a book and a movie. Something about crazy stuff happened at the Super Bowl. I don't know. If it's fiction, or it's got to be fiction, but people think it's going to happen. I guess I don't know all the details.
The TikTokers are thinking something's going to happen. There's like different people doing all kinds of little videos. I showed one last night, and at the end there, and I don't know what to think. I mean, it would be a great opportunity to take out a lot of folks at one time, right?
Mm-hmm.
It could be another 9/11 situation, which we don't want,
Right. No caution tape, Yorga.
Not yet. Not yet. Gonna need to cordon off this doo-doo ball.
Oh yeah, but you should see the security in New Orleans. It's unreal. I've never seen anything like it.
Hey, are they protesting down there too, Craig?
No, there's so much security. There's going to be none of that.
Oh, okay.
Dude, we got helicopters flying nonstop. I'm seeing all kind of stuff.
So when is Mardi Gras?
Well, Mardi Gras. No, this is for Super Bowl. They're doing all
Sunday.
this.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry.
Yep. But Mardi Gras is like in March.
Okay, it's still coming up.
Early March. Yeah.
I'm seeing if anybody else is doing any.
Yorga, are you coming for Mardi Gras?
Of course.
You should. And then look, I'm going to throw you some plastic beads, and you're going to show me them titties.
I'm going to show them all day long, and I'm going to be wearing a pink tutu, mascara, a tie, a derby, and high heels.
I should just fly you in for Mardi Gras and I'm not going to tell my wife. I'm just going to just show up.
We'll both end up in jail.
That'd be great.
But what stories will you have to tell?
Oh my gosh, we could document it.
Okay, this is back in Phoenix, Arizona.
Oh, they're doing it there too?
Yeah.
This is nationwide. Well, not really.
My shit's glitching out here. Yeah.
Go ahead.
states. It
I'm
was
not
called
sure, but if you follow, I always post on my story
51,
where the
50,
protests are going to be
50
at. And
states. And
Friday.
I can't remember what the 51 was for. At
Well-
first, when they said 5150, I thought, oh, like, you know, put us all into the funny farm shit, you know, like a 411 or 211.
Yeah, like the cop code, or it's
Yeah.
also, but it's also the address of the Van Halen studio
Ooh.
was 5150.
So I don't know what if anybody in chat knows, I can't remember what it meant, but it meant 50 states, 51 something. I can't remember.
They came on the radio here locally, and they said that the mayor of Richmond, he said that so far we've had no nothing with ice in this town. So,
Well, remember earlier, 10, I was telling you about the press secretary named a bunch of places where they were naming the arrests that they had made, and there were pretty big ones, like, you know, big crimes, but they were also here illegally. And she went through, and I was saying to you earlier, I wonder if it correlates to the places where they're protesting, or if it's the opposite of, or what. There was definitely 4 or 5 different areas named, and she lists which criminals and things like that. What's up, Cha Cha? So I don't know. I'm just kind of curious now if, you know, I don't know which places they're protesting and which places. What's up, Camo? And which places they did the arrest at.
Yeah, I would say probably Chicago, New York, you know, cities like that.
Right. But
that's where, if you're a criminal, that's where you want to go. Big city, big crime.
And Watt said that the 5150 is a California law that allows for the involuntary psychiatric hospitalization of an adult experiencing a mental health crisis.
Right. They say they're going to 5150 you. That means, yeah. And it doesn't take a lot. They need 2 people to say, I'm pretty sure this person's crazy or something.
Well, that's why when I heard that they said it was a 5150 today, I'm like, what is that supposed to mean? But it meant 50 states, and then the 51 part, I don't know. I can't remember that part. I didn't write it down.
Yeah, me too. That's why I don't remember which places she named, but it was a lot of different places. And whenever y'all are ready, we can do that if you want. I don't know exactly when we were planning on doing the press secretary, but it's probably like.
Oh, we can cut in and do that whenever you want.
Hey, Carl.
Because the protest shit, I'm just going to keep looking in the back and seeing what I can find.
Hey, Carl.
Hey, Carl.
Can you see that?
Ammo, baby.
President Trump is in charge, and America is back. This week further demonstrated that the Trump effect is real. Over the weekend, Americans celebrated the return of American Israeli citizen Keith Siegel and 2 Israelis who were held captive by Hamas terrorists since October 7th, 2023. President Trump and his administration worked diligently to secure their release and are committed to freeing all remaining hostages. Yesterday, as you all know, President Trump held his first foreign meeting at the White House with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. And as the president said, the bonds of friendship and affection between the American and Israeli people have endured for generations and are absolutely unbreakable. The president is committed to eliminating Hamas and securing a lasting peace for the entire region. The historic proposal for the United States to take over Gaza, announced by President Trump last night, underscores this commitment. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. President Trump is an outside-of-the-box thinker and a visionary leader who solves problems that many others, especially in this city, claim are unsolvable. We've already seen the results from President Trump's bold, peace-through-straight diplomacy on the world stage. In response to President Trump's tariffs this week, both Mexico and Canada took immediate steps to alleviate the illegal alien migration and flow of deadly drugs, particularly fentanyl, into our country. Mexico's President Claudia Sheinbaum agreed to permanently supply 10,000 Mexican soldiers on the U.S. border who will be specifically designated to stopping fentanyl and criminal aliens from pouring into our country. And Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau agreed to appoint a fentanyl czar, list cartels as terrorists, and increase resources to assist the 10,000 frontline personnel at our northern border with Canada. In recognition of these steps, President Trump paused the implementation of tariffs for 1 month while negotiations continue and final deal can be structured. Throughout the transition and during his inaugural address, President Trump made it known that the United States cannot and will not allow the Chinese Communist Party to continue with its effective and growing control over the Panama Canal. Following Secretary Rubio's successful first trip and visit there over the weekend, Panama's president said he will allow its participation in the Chinese Communist Party's, it will no longer allow the participation in the Belt and Road Initiative. That participation will expire. This is significant because Panama was the first Latin American nation to join Belt and Road and now becomes the first to back away from it because of President Trump. And to assist with the ongoing mass deportation effort, El Salvador's president has agreed to the most unprecedented migratory agreement anywhere in the world. Because President Trump is back in charge, El Salvador has offered for illegal aliens of any nationality facing deportation in the U.S. to be booked in his country's prison system. And finally, President Trump's envoy for special missions, Rick Grenell, traveled to Venezuela and not only secured the release of 6 American hostages, but Venezuela also agreed to accept the return of illegal alien Tren de Aragua gang members.
Oh,
Vehicle locates the Monstar.
They have a heck of a prison, too.
Never stops.
All of these incredible victories prove how well President Trump's peace through strength approach is working. And the days of weak American leadership are over. In another success story this week, efforts to seal the border, halt the invasion, and carry out the largest mass deportation campaign continue at lightning speed. Customs and Border Protection has approximately 79 miles of new border projects already underway in various stages of construction and planning. The first flights arrived to Guantanamo Bay yesterday afternoon out of El Paso. And who were some of the passengers aboard, you may ask? There were 10 members of the transnational gang Tren de Aragua on this flight. And overall, our heroic ICE agents continue to prioritize the removal of violent, criminal, illegal aliens in communities across the country. On February 3rd, ICE Dallas arrested a citizen of Nicaragua who has been convicted of sexual assault, strong arm, and lewd acts with a minor and sentenced to 15 years in prison. ICE Los Angeles arrested a Mexican citizen who has been convicted of lewd acts with a minor and sentenced.
well, there's somebody arrested in LA right there.
Ooh, nice.
To 364 days. And ICE Atlanta arrested a citizen of Mexico who has been convicted of homicide by vehicle and hit and run and sentenced to 6 months confinement. And ICE New York arrested a Venezuelan national and known TDA gang member who has a prior criminal conviction for assault in the 3rd degree causing physical injury. Americans are safer every single time one of these criminals is arrested and deported from our country. On another important and ongoing topic, the Senate is working fast to confirm President Trump's exceptional cabinet nominees in the face of relentless media smear campaigns. As of right now, 12 members of the president's cabinet have been confirmed, most recently Pam Bondi, who, as you all know, I was just in the Oval Office for that swearing-in ceremony surrounded by Pam's lovely family. And we look forward to watching her serve as the Attorney General of North Carolina.
Woo, woo.
Our hearts and the president and this administration are committed.
This is a really short part too, but this is really good. I like this part. And then it's see right there. It ends at 3 more minutes. So I'm just going to play this out real quick. But I don't know if everybody heard her talking. They did take 10 prisoners to Guantanamo. Like I wasn't sure. They say 30,000 beds. They took.
Hey, can I say something real quick before you do the next clip? What she was saying, they're rounding up all these guys, and it just dawned on me. I was thinking, I wonder how many innocent lives they actually saved by locking these guys up. I mean, in the future, people that they would have possibly, unlived or whatever. Anyway, that's all.
Yeah, you're right. She's saying it makes us safer, and they tell you the crimes. But yeah, this one's about the spending. It's really good, and that's it. Because in between, she got asked a bunch of questions and things, but I don't want to watch the whole thing, right?
Jamaica, Bahamas, going to Guyana.
At the funding that they need. And I would just say a strong message to Democrats who are out there pretending to be outraged about the long list of crap that this administration is cutting. Federal waste and funding, like $2 million for sex changes in Guatemala, $6 million to fund tourism in Egypt, $20 million on a new Sesame Street show in Iraq, $4.5 million to combat disinformation in Kazakhstan. I could go on, and I'm happy to provide this list to every single one of you. Democrats are outraged that the American people want they want their taxpayers going to good uses, not stuff like this. But then they're very quiet about the fact that there are still North Carolinians and people in California who have lost everything. And in the last 4 years, the federal government did nothing to help them. This president will continue to put Americans first. And I think the successes of this week so far speak to that. And it's only Wednesday. So I'll see you guys later this week, and we'll see you this afternoon. Thank you very much.
Damn it. I was looking forward to the Iraqi version of Sesame Street.
Oh, man. Yeah.
The part where Big Bird throws a gay dude off the roof.
Off the roof, that'd be the best, Jorga.
That's bad.
Yeah.
Oscar the IUD.
You gotta open up that trash can, boys and girls.
Oh, that's bad.
Work in Ahmed.
Oh, we got to get an Ahmed for her.
It'll be Shia and Sunni instead of Burton.
And then you remember that one I showed you in the back that was just a minute long? That was kind of an impersonation of her.
Oh, yeah.
Let me see if I can pull that up. It's pretty funny.
By the way, she's only 27. Pretty impressive.
Oh, she's on, man.
Yeah, this is only a minute long, and then I'm done with anything.
And hey to everybody in chat. I can't see you, but I know you're there. It's my squeaky door.
Hold
If
on.
anybody says anything, tell me about you, Craig. I'll let you know.
Squeak.
Oh, thank you.
Cheryl, baby.
No, this is the wrong one. I'm sorry, y'all.
How dare you? How dare you?
I have no idea how to do that. All right, give me one more second. Oh wait, did you try to play this 10 or did I do this somehow?
No. Pull up yours. Yeah.
I feel I did, but then it was that guy. That's not what I was trying to show. All right.
Damn it, Cola. Stop trying to show us
know.
what you don't want to show us.
Sorry. I don't know how I did that. I'm sorry. This is it. Okay. And I'm trying to get past. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to get past what this guy says. Because I could probably get in trouble, but.
Trouble is my middle name.
Right. Hopefully it works this time. I don't know what I did differently. We'll see.
Viral, this is Van.
Oh, shoot.
Right, let's get to it. First question, Bob, you in the front. Hit me. What you got? Caroline, any comment on President Trump's insults yesterday? About the last administration? Yes. Couldn't agree more. Seriously? Oh, what? I'm sorry, Gary. The last 4 years not sucking up for you? Is that it? Well, Caroline. No. Shut the fuck up. Why do you think a dozen eggs are $13 right now, huh? Why do you think Caroline, calm down. Calm. We'd also like to ask, hold on. Peter, what? Don't start shit with me again. What did I do? No. Hold on. I'm the youngest White House press secretary ever. You want to know why? Because I don't give a fuck. Whoa, this is breakthrough stuff. No wonder your wife won't sleep with you. What I was saying is that we're adding 2 new seats for TikTok reporters and independent journalism because apparently America is sick and tired of y'all's bullshit. What, Mark? What? Everyone's thinking it. I'll say it. Who the fuck is watching CNN? Peter, you keep glaring at me like that. The president's next executive order will be deporting your kids. You got that? Yeah, I got it. Trying to find out. Last question, back row. Sorry about these little in the front. Go ahead. This is more of a personal question, Caroline, but how are you doing? Ashley, that is very sweet of you. Honestly, I'm doing pretty good. Great. Except for the chronic ear pain that I have. Ear pain? Yeah. Listening to all of Peter's dumbest questions. All right, that's all the time I got for you. I'm out.
Yay.
I'm sorry. Oh, shoot.
That is a good impersonation of her.
I just and then when he did the people in the back part, it's funny because that wasn't on the little video I shared, but she's like, no one ever calls on you guys in the back. And she said something about it. So it was kind of funny. Anyways, I'm sorry. This one's in the back too.
Oh yeah. They're not doing much.
That was awful. I was very offended. I like her a lot.
Have to run and find out.
I was triggered.
I totally meant to get that guy out of there, and I got him in there. Hope I don't get in trouble. Oh well, it was worth it. It was funny. I tried to start it after that guy was there.
Oh, looks like they found a few of their friends.
That's a glossy flag.
Yeah, we need Pooty Poo to translate all these flags.
Yeah, where's that from, Pooty?
Oh, this is a little bigger than this is in California somewhere.
Say, oh, that's a flag of El Paso, Texas.
They're still going at it in places.
Right. I missed the first place, but so yeah, those arrests was L.A., Atlanta, Georgia, and New York, and there was one other place, but I didn't catch that one. So we do have protests at least in L.A. Probably the other two places too. And that's what I kept thinking was that they were going to line up together.
And this is live, and the X or the TikTok account is I don't even know. Let me see what the TikTok is. AECXX, this one right here.
Nora,
Up here.
not get started
Right
on
there.
that.
She's walking around in the crowd, I guess. So.
Actually, Mexico is
We
not
can talk
recruiting
over
their own
this,
people.
though. We're just waiting for him to break out the tequila and the burnouts in the streets like last night.
Somebody's been selling horns.
California.
And you notice that flag there, it's half American, and half Mexico, or in the corners. It's like somebody's making money off these flags.
And the horns.
No ice, no.
More horns.
Migra? What's MIGRA?
Migra is
migrant.
Oh.
I think.
No, I mean, hang on. Well, it's usually Chinga La Magra, and that means go F yourself, basically.
Ah.
Yeah, so I don't know. Magra is part of it. It's not a nice word, I think.
It's part of fuck you.
Anybody can help me here.
Yeah, it was a Mama La Pinga.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, see, it says F ice in the,
Yeah.
I don't know what it means.
Me sabio de pesca la cocina.
Spanish? Okay, wildlife says migrant. Okay.
See, I was right.
Well, because it's Chinga La Magra.
Well, what if it's a Mexican and don't know how to spell?
I don't know. I'm Coquito Espanol, burrito, and where's the Baños? The Baños bathroom. Oh, and the entrada. Where's the entrada to the bar? And then where's the Baños after I've been drinking? Oh, well, that live stream stopped. Okay. Nope. She brought it back. Uh-oh. Nope, she's having connection issues. I don't know what's going on.
I know.
Beeping horns and walking around.
Right.
Well, that's
they look like they're having a good time.
That's the blowy horn. Some guy's been selling, like they have at soccer games. That's the horns. Oh, that's a car horn. That's a car horn.
You've actually been to a soccer game, Craig?
No,
I knew there was something about you that was kind of.
I'm just looking at the nice Latino booties.
I say they can stay. Have a waiver.
But ship all the men back.
Yeah, or the women that are over 40.
You don't.
You know how they get to looking.
You don't see anybody over like 30 in the crowd so far.
Craig knows what I'm talking about.
Only the hairy ones.
Yeah, once they get kind of furry, they got to go south.
Once they're furry, they got to be sent back.
This for our people.
I really can't believe that they sent people to Guantanamo.
I'm glad they did.
I mean, they said it. I just didn't think they'd actually do it, right?
Yeah, they did it quick, too.
Well, it's only 10, so they're probably really picking and choosing who they send. 30,000 beds, they said.
Yeah.
10 people is still like damn near all 30,000. Pretty.
I'm telling you those beds are basically a blanket on the floor on the concrete. I bet you, and that's okay.
The press secretary talked about it, Bonnie. She said that out of those arrests, they sent, I think they were Trente Aragua gang members, and they
At
sent
least 10 of them were. Yeah.
Sent them off. Like if I were, I would be hanging down low. What's up, 10?
Oh, I know. I'm writing a song about it. Welcome
Good.
to the hotel, Gitmo, Cuba.
Yeah. That's a good one.
You should do that. Good night, Megan.
That's a great tune.
Hotel Ayatollah.
Welcome to the Hotel Ayatollah.
We understand it. You guys are miserable.
Wow, it must be really dying out because a lot of the streamers just ended their stream. So I think this isn't as exciting, but it is a Wednesday, so
The party's over. But today was the day they said something was going to happen, though.
Yeah, what was that supposed to be? What was the big deal about Wednesday?
This was the day to show your grievances against the government or Trump, I guess.
Jason says that migra is their slang for immigration officers or border patrol.
Oh, could be.
See, I don't know. I just know Chinga la
migra.
Migra. And that ain't a good word. That's one of the first ones they taught me.
But you can say mijo.
Well, yeah, mijo and mija and bendejo. You probably shouldn't call anybody a bendejo.
I know Ben.
Yeah, bendejo. Oh, that means you're stupid.
I went to school with Bendejo.
Bendejo.
Captain of the chess team.
Oh, yep, their hurts went down too. I think that might have been.
Saw him in the yearbook.
He was in the aquarium club.
Right. He was a thespian.
He was a thespian.
I think they were out too long, and now they got to go home and. Oh. No, I guess I did find another one. There's one more. Oops.
I mean, it's what time? It's early here still. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just a vampire in late shift, but I still feel like.
Hey, I told you about hanging around with me, Cola.
Yeah.
I think you are getting. You went to bed so early. I was getting ready to revoke your vampire card. Like,
the bad thing about that is I'll say I'm sleepy, and I'll go to bed and I'll look at the stare at the ceiling for an hour. Man, it's like, damn, I know I'm sleepy. So I'm still struggling.
YouTube's pushing a lot of Super Bowl crap too.
Oh,
invited to all these events that are in the city. They want local streamers to cover it. I'm like, I ain't doing any of that bullshit. First of all, it's fake. It's rigged.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out where this is at. Somebody in chat asked if this is Denver. I'm waiting for somebody to respond because they didn't say where. Anaheim. Oh no, Anaheim.
Anaheim, California.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of in between San Diego and LA, I think.
Isn't that where Disney World is?
Yeah, it is. Maybe it's a little bit north of LA, but I don't think it is.
Disneyland.
Yeah, in Anaheim. I didn't see anything out of Seattle, which I was kind of surprised.
Well, when I really look at them, they just really look like they're having a good time. They don't look angry or they're like partying.
They're not stopping any traffic.
Yeah.
No looting, no freaking pallets full of bricks. No burning city buses.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I encourage more of these. They're great protesters. They're really well behaved. I have so much respect.
Yeah, they are staying out of the traffic. That is nice. Sounds like just a bunch of kids. Oh, now they're going to try to cross the street. Hopefully they're not blocking traffic. They're just crossing across.
Oh, there's Senor Mickey Mouse.
Well, this account is Mickey at Mickey224 on TikTok. This is live, you guys. This looks like just a bunch of kids.
It's actually Speedy Gonzalez, not Mickey Mouse. Mickey the Mouse.
Oh, and I don't see any green hats tonight either.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Lawyers or
They look like a bunch of little queers.
legal.
Excuse my language, but that word's okay now. So.
They were legal lemon hat wearing advocates.
Yeah. All of them a little bit light in the low pussy, you know what I mean?
Yes. Would you like your legal rights?
All right. Me no speak no English.
That's exactly what you want to say.
Yeah.
No comprende.
No comprende.
Oh, they're singing.
Yeah.
Who's in the bus?
Y'all pull up.
Y'all pull up.
Si no,
That is the
mañana.
bus of
At 10
Salina.
at City Hall. Fuck it. At 10.
They're using it for an excuse to go party.
They're gonna go party.
Like, let us come through tomorrow. Yeah, she said yeah.
Boy,
Yeah, I
they
feel
love
like
their
that's
horns.
they're young and they don't probably half of them don't even know what's out there just because
They
their
know.
friends are. They probably drink it.
And they're Spanish descent, but they're probably all born here.
This is the Mexico One rally. That's what they think. Mexico is one. That's what this is like.
Did you notice it? The live. Notice half of them were sitting down in the back there.
Yeah, they get a little bit lazy.
We're tired, but we need to stay here to get the paycheck.
My feet don't feel too good, Pedro.
Yeah, this is definitely central casting or whatever they want to call it.
Oh my God. Trump totally said a whole lot of that at the the ball after the inauguration. He used the phrase central casting, all kinds of weird stuff.
Oh my God.
Man, you think there's a naked lady out there or something somewhere?
To be young again and just be able to go out and do stupid stuff like this, you know. But at least they're being good kids about it. They're not in the street so far.
Yeah. Yorga. It's like the Chihuahuas just won the Super Bowl. They're out celebrating.
Yep. Tijuana.
The Tijuana Donkeys just won the Super Bowl. Hey, think about that. If we took over Mexico, we could have teams like that.
Wow.
I get 50 cents for every woo I do. 50 pesos.
Woo.
Exactly, Jerry. It's more of a party for these guys.
I wonder if this is just the same people circling the block.
Probably.
Cars.
There's only like 8 of them total.
There's really not a lot in that little group standing there.
No.
The other ones are all sitting down, their boyfriend. It's like the girls are up there screaming and the boys are just sitting back there.
But if you remember on your stream, it looked like a couple people, and then they zoomed out like in the helicopter view, and you could see there were like groups in different. Remember?
Oh yeah, nothing like that's happening tonight.
Right. No different intersections or something. They're just all right here. I mean, there's probably a couple little pop-up groups places.
Uh-oh.
No 50 cents.
Start blocking the street now.
Yeah, it's all fun and games until somebody gets hit by a car. Uh-oh.
There's not a big enough crew of them to do that.
Oh my God.
This looks very coordinated. They all at once just go running out there.
Yeah, it's 11:03. They probably, well, my time. They probably, and it's 9:09, 10, 11, no, 8:03. They probably told them at 8 o'clock go block the streets. So they're 3 minutes off, but they're I ain't gonna say
Damn
it.
it. All right, everybody, coordinate your watches.
They paused the stream. They might have gotten blocked because they've been doing.
Not really showing anything, really.
It looks like something's about to go down.
One. This is at where's this at? College in Lincoln, wherever the fuck that is.
Oh, this is them educated illegals.
I don't know where college is. That must be Cali. I don't know. They got.
I have to put my phone on because I guess I've been getting.
Okay, let's find a different one.
Because I'm in a moving vehicle.
Because I'm in a moving vehicle. Okay. There was a whole bunch of these going on, but now they seem to have died down. There was, nope. The only one was this chick, and she's in a car.
There's a chick with a big forehead. Looks like a drive-in movie theater.
Oh, here we go. Where's this at? This is the fuck Trump one. I think this is Anaheim. Oh, it went. There it is again. They're probably jammed.
Oh,
they ended it. So they jammed. They're jamming signals. They don't want people to see this stuff, you guys.
Wow, they ain't doing anything except walking around.
No, but I don't think they really want to encourage
walking around.
Well, now, like this guy's, he had a flag coming out of his car, but he's in his car. Now they're driving around doing shit. I guess I don't know.
Okay, at 8:06, you drive around and do shit.
But earlier there was a whole bunch of different people that were streaming in all the different capitals.
The protest is on Lincoln and State College in Anaheim.
It's in Anaheim, Lincoln and College, she said. Okay, I don't want to get a copyright, so I don't know, you guys. We'll just put it on mute and we can talk in the back. Who knows? They're going to drive us to the riot.
Oh, they were on College Street. I thought they were at a college in Anaheim.
Well, there probably is a college on College Street.
Well, sometimes that can be deceiving.
Yeah. Maybe it's College Street.
Looks like
I'm going to look on YouTube just to see if there's any streams going here on mine. I don't have the scan one.
Somebody Google, is there a college on College Street in Anaheim, California? Probably, dude, there might be a beauty school or something, Yorga. There could be.
That could be.
That counts as a college.
It does count.
I get so many of those loop lives on my YouTube, I guess, because I've watched one or two. Now they think that's what I want. Instead of it's not like an actual live. It's like 20 minutes of something, and it's on a live. But it just goes on loop as soon as it ends.
I've seen those too, and it fools you because it says this is live. Yeah, and it could be 3 days ago.
He just said that. Like, it's on a loop. I hate that. Yeah, I got some of those, but I don't see any actual live ones.
I need to figure out how to do that so I can trick people.
Yeah, that girl's ended too. So they probably jammed it in that area.
They're jamming the signal.
Yeah.
I wonder why there's not any on YouTube. Is it just like I'm not subbed to people that are following it, or it seems strange to me?
Oh no, but there's a button on your main YouTube page. There's a whole list of things you can do, but as far as topic goes, there's one that just says live. And you can click on that, and it shows pretty much all the live streams that are out there.
Yep. Live.
Yeah, I'm not really seeing a lot of that.
Okay.
But I did see. I saw there's somebody called Penguin 6 or something like that. I saw one earlier, and he was walking around, and then Trump spoke for a minute. So it was like not really about the protest; it's just what was going on down there. I guess he spoke, and
yeah, Penguin's in D.C. He's we're not sure. I don't know about him.
Really, he always says he's not political, but then he's always covering everything politics. But he says he's not political. Yeah, I watch every once in a while because I like live streams of actual live footage. But I'm not finding a whole lot tonight.
We should go live.
We could.
That's funny. And like there's videos on it, but not actual lives on it. In my world, I might just not have the good.
I'm still wondering about there's somebody said, Bonnie, I think, said that they're starting fires in LA. I'm surprised that's not on.
Yeah, I hadn't seen it. They look boring when we look, and then like they did a little bit of the spin outs and stuff. There were people in the street and they were like doing donuts around them, but that was the other night.
Oh yeah, that they almost hit some people. That was weird. That was weird.
Nobody's out there. If I lived anywhere nearby, I'd probably go out and record it. Just like a regular. Do you think that I know people talk about shadow banning. I don't really know how that works, but it makes me wonder if there are people streaming it and it's not coming through the feed, like they're like shadow banning it or whatever.
Yep.
It seems weird to not see even one.
Yep.
Yeah, no.
Because Trump's administration doesn't want that shit out though. Because then more people will start doing it, right?
Yeah.
Showed all the protests. Sorry, I got food in my mouth.
All right.
The last time we did the protest, they showed it all the time, 24/7 practically. And it just, fueled the fire, I think.
So they, I know this is off topic, but I was sitting there scrolling through the lives and I saw Cash. Did they ever confirm? I know they did. She said Pam Bondi was confirmed, but I don't know about RFK Jr. or Cash. I know they were trying, but I don't know if they actually got confirmed or not.
I haven't heard either one of them has been confirmed.
Let's ask Pootie. Pootie knows.
Yeah, Pootie.
Pootie, you're out there? Sorry, I'm eating. I never do.
Finish up that sandwich.
Actually, I'm having cheese.
That's why I ate mine before I came up.
I'm eating, damn it.
I know, but y'all wouldn't leave me alone. Trying to enjoy my sandwich.
Was that sandwich good, Craig?
It was delicious, but then I had to go use my water pick because the bread has seeds in it. All jammed up in your teeth and whatnot,
Yeah.
And my buddy in Pennsylvania taught me about good dental care and how to use them and a water pick to clean my teeth.
I like what ex-bootlicker said. Critical thinkers never protest. It's true. I don't need to.
I'm sure these people are being paid to do this.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy because, we saw, I can't get over it. I know, Tim, you've seen it before. I had not seen them actually just like put cuffs on and take them right back off. Like, if that's not fake as hell, like, and I don't know, I feel like they didn't mean for that to be on the stream. I mean, it was just somebody streaming and they caught it. I don't think it was.
Caught it.
Yep. That's what's so cool about live streams and why I'm kind of mad there's none, because that's where all the stuff like you catch the little things in the background. And like things that the news doesn't report on, you just see it happen and there's nothing they can do. But if they're actors, they suck. They let us see stuff we shouldn't have seen.
And they aren't going hardcore because they don't want to be arrested. They just want to get their check at the end of their 12-hour shift or whatever it is.
Oh, yeah. 250 pesos.
I wonder if they get a box of chicken and a beautiful biscuit.
And a muffin. Well, it was more of it was like a
roll.
Yeah.
Roll. A beautiful roll. dinner roll.
I wonder if they told him, hey, you can't look at Julia Roberts. Don't look her in the eyes at all. That's what they said.
They said about Ellen, right?
No, well, this was during the Pelican brief. And they said you can't look at her. Like that was all. I'm like, what?
Jane.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
all
they did say that about Evelyn too. Is her name Evelyn? What's her name?
Ellen.
Ellen. Yeah, they said that she was a true bitch behind the curtain.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
Couldn't look at her in the eyes. No. I guess you get fired. Hey, bitch, look me in the eyes.
No.
Take a hike.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. She did do a stand up where she tried to come back from that. She tried to save her image, and she did make a pretty funny joke. I thought it was good. She's like, where I screwed up is I came out as the be kind lady. So like everybody's expecting me to be kind. She's like, if I'd have just started like F you, mother effers, if I'd have just came out that way, then people would have been pleasantly surprised. Because I'm all be kind. They're like picked her apart. I don't know. The truth's probably somewhere in the middle, but it was once again, it was funnier when she said it. Demons might eat you. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Something about garlic. I guess that's the context. Like, wait, what did I see? I hope they don't.
Got any songs, Craig?
I don't know how can I, oh wait, I might be able to look. Let me see. Check my notes. Let me go to lyrics. Oh, sitting on a bunk bed, communicating in chat with bad intent, eating boogers out his nose,
Dun, 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 dun,
and
dun,
wiping his fingers on
dun, 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 dun,
gay-ass
dun.
clothes. Yeah, Jeff's a bum.
Dun, 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 dun. Boing.
A dick is aimed at you, son.
Dun, 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 dun.
Give Jeff a head start if he'd like to run.
Dun, 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 dun.
Jeff's a bum.
Boing.
Trying, but he couldn't duck. Slinging dick pieces, he was out of luck. Oh, Jeff's a bum.
Billy kills me with the oh my. You expect a little old lady to say oh my, not Billy. Yeah, great job. The crowd goes wild.
Is that Best? Wait, who's it? Who are you talking to? Who is that in chat?
He said, "Oh my!" I said, "You expect that out of like a little old lady to go, oh my?" Not Billy. He does. That's his phrase, though. Oh my! I never hear him say it, but you always see him type it. One of those things, It's like, wait a minute, I've never heard you say that out loud, but I've seen you type it more than once. It's when things get out of hand, It's a oh my. I'm sorry, y'all. It's Yorga's fault. Where is Yorga? There?
I'm here. I had to go tinkle again. Remember in the movie, hold on, Airplane, when the two black guys were speaking jive and they had to get Levy Beaver's mom to translate?
Yeah,
I do. They said a whole bunch of this jive talk, but you could tell it was all cuss words, and the caption at the bottom just went, golly. Like that.
I remember that part with the subtitles, though. You know what that reminds me of, too? Have you guys seen that old movie, The Great Outdoors, with John Candy and Dan Aykroyd?
Yep.
And the raccoons, they go back and forth, and there's little subtitles. They're like, these guys eat like really good, and they go, hot dogs are all assholes and something else. That's what the subtitles. Oh, okay, Tim, I see. That's like an American, not an American flag. You know it? It's like part American. It's a trans flag.
It's a trans flag.
It's
We
part
should go out.
American for other countries.
It's like a 5-year-old waving it, and the parent is streaming and sitting in the car.
Still getting paid.
Here, I'm tired, honey. Wave the flag for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Try to sell it. Make them believe it.
Yeah, he's sitting in his car here in a parking lot.
Hey, Pedro, wave the flag some more.
Oh, did his stream get taken down too?
At the end of the night, they're going to get half pay. Well, we were watching you, and you really weren't putting much
Yeah,
effort.
you get docked.
You sat down. You had your child waving the flag.
I know. Dock that Mexican a day's wage for napping on the job.
There he is. He's back. He took it out of his lap. Yeah,
It's a really bad view. Oh my god.
And then where's the little girl? It's like he stuck his daughter out there.
I'm going to go drive around the neighborhood looking for Mexicans. See if anybody's out waving flags in my neighborhood.
No, where'd all these damn Mexicans come from?
They got to be getting paid. This is a production.
Man.
But that's pretty lazy to sit in your car like that.
It is a Mexican protest.
He's like, can I have a lunch break? I'm so
Hey, you
hungry.
can see him in the rearview mirror, too. Look. Mommy, can I get back in your car, please?
Right. Probably wants
Cold out here.
Look at those
go
little
back to
hands.
work.
He just pushed her away, it looked like. Get out
That
there
was
with
a little
flag.
bitty kid hand. Poor kid.
Poor kid. The chilly California nights.
Yeah, look
Suffering.
at this. Literally, he pushed the kid out to do it.
Yep.
Oh, that's a little bitty kid. No way. Poor
I was
guy.
gonna put
Look at
finger-
that though. It's got half American. Well, I mean, I got to admit, it's better to have some American than not at all, because that's what they usually fly in their own flags. Like, what are you trying to say? Well, go take your flag where it belongs. Go home with your flag,
Somebody just drove by with a Canada flag on. Wonder what the hell they want.
Oh, golly.
Golly.
Well, I gotta hand it to the little girl. She's really, she's handling that flag. She hasn't let it hit the ground yet. She's waving and waving.
Little do they know we're coming for you Canadians next. You're the next to be deported.
I guess 30 days. They got 30
Hey.
days. Beef up the
Okay.
walls on both sides.
So, Pootie Poot, do you really think something's going to happen at the Super Bowl, or do you think it's just like another, like Tim said, they've had the Super Bowl there before. What's different about this year in the
Pootie.
Super Bowl?
They got severe security. They got sniffer helicopter. They got all kind of stuff.
I'm just curious because that's not that everybody's kind of, not everybody. I've seen a couple things about it, and I don't know whether it's, I feel like 9 out of 10 chances it's a regular Super Bowl. It'd be kind of strange if something actually crazy like that happens. But
I know. Damn it, Pootie. Now I'm wondering if I should go more north. Thanks, Pootie.
Let's see what we got on the Super Bowl.
Oh, Pootie.
Because there was some guy, there was a couple people. Well, actually, there's a lot of things on the Super Bowl. Yeah, there's.
They're even crossing the streets when they're supposed to, man.
I agree with that statement too. It does feel that way. And so far they're still not doing it though. He's still getting more good than bad done, in my opinion. So far, so good. Just like the press secretary said, they said they weren't gonna the tariffs were a thing, and then it was like, oh, it's gonna be this big deal, but they ended up just complying. They ended up sending troops to the border and agreeing. Like,
Yeah, I was thinking about that today. He basically bluffed them. Think about like a card game, but he didn't bluff them because they know he would have done it. He would have put those tariffs in place.
well,
But-
I heard you saying you thought that. I did too, York. I thought the same thing. I was like, he's not really going to do it. That's because that's how he operates, right? He's just trying to make a chess move. Well, I was talking to somebody. They go, well, he already did. Because technically he already did. Because like you said, it couldn't be a bluff. But then he just put it on pause, you know?
Yeah. I mean, he's not going to bluff if they don't comply, but it's kind of like a bluff, you know?
Yeah. He had to show him he would. And then he paused it. But
part of the deal.
And we were both actually right that his whole intention was just to get him to cooperate. Had they just said, okay, we'll do that, he would have never tried to put tariffs. He was just trying to force their hand to do what needed to be done. And then they did. So it's a good thing, you know, all in all. In my opinion.
I heard the stock market dropped pretty good too.
Oh yeah.
Like when that was announced.
When did you hear that? Yesterday?
I just heard that today, but I don't know. I mean,
last I heard the S&P was up like 300 and something up. That was good. Today. Yeah, it was down yesterday. I know it was up for at least for a while today. It might be back down again. You know, that should be. Oh God! I just nothing. I'm mad.
Yeah, those cartels. I don't know. Because they got 30 days to beef up both sides of the borders, and then that's when shit's really gonna happen.
Oh, dude.
I'm thinking more on the southern border than the northern border. I don't think the Canadians are gonna go all flipping out. But they are putting extra military now, I guess, on the Canadian border too. So I don't know.
Damn, Canadians are climbing the fences.
Hey.
Well, they should just become part of the U.S., I guess, right?
Yep. Except for the French-speaking part. We don't want them.
Oh, yeah. My husband, yeah. He warned me about that.
They can keep Quebec.
Yes, that's exactly where my husband goes on occasion. And he hates it in Quebec. He hates it. He even took French in, high school, but that was high school, and you don't use it. He said everything was in French practically.
Yep.
He hated the restaurant menus because he had to ask for the English version. So the Super Bowl conspiracy thing, I did find one thing that just popped out within the last hour.
So I see something that says Trump's attending the Super Bowl, so I hope nothing.
Yeah, he is.
That's what I heard too. That's why I said they got severe security.
Oh,
that makes sense.
Okay, so here's this from TikTok. It came out an hour ago from Heroes Citizen. I don't know who you are, but I'll follow you, okay? There you go. You got to follow out of me. We're going to use your shit, bro, okay? Here we go.
Show revered for its humor and satire has an uncanny knack for predicting the future. Among its numerous prescient episodes, one that stands out is a supposed prediction of a Super Bowl tragedy. This claim has piqued the curiosity of fans and conspiracy theorists alike. In an episode aired in the early 1990s, the show depicted a scenario where chaos ensued during a major football game. Fans later drew parallels between this fictional event and real-life incidents, such as power outages and unexpected halftime show mishaps, leading many to wonder if The Simpsons truly foresaw these events. The series has a long history of seemingly predicting future occurrences, from technological advancements to political outcomes. However, while some predictions have come eerily close, others are coincidental at best. The writers have attributed these predictions to educated guesses and satire of real-world trends. The Super Bowl episode is a testament to the show's influence and cultural impact, sparking both intrigue and skepticism. While it's easy to get swept up in the allure of these predictions, it's essential to remember that The Simpsons is a reflection of society's collective consciousness, often exaggerating for comedic effect. Nonetheless, its predictive reputation, remains a fascinating aspect of its legacy. The Simpsons, a show revealed.
Well, but wait, that was an open air.
Yeah, that was kind of vague, wasn't it?
It was open air. It wasn't a closed-in dome. But they could be close.
No, I ain't gonna do that one. Never mind.
It is crazy the way they do that. That them and a couple of people do that predictive stuff where it's. I mean, I think sometimes I wonder if they just cast a wide net and do so many strange things that, you know, if 10 out of 100 come true, it's still wild those 10 came true. But what about the other crazy things that never became anything? But there's been some weird stuff. Like, I feel like they did something with Trump on the escalator and everything on The Simpsons before it actually happened. A bunch
they
of
did. Yep.
And it's like, how do they do that? Like, how do they know?
You're right. That was weird. You're right.
Oh boy, yeah. The TikTokers have been really busy the last 24 hours doing a lot of shit on the Super Bowl, you guys. Oh yeah, I don't know. Like people won't be able to leave the stadium for some reason. I don't know. I don't know. I'm afraid.
I heard something like that a while back, and then, of course, it happened. But I've heard this before. Something about something happened. There's another movie or something where something real crazy happens at the Super Bowl. You know what it was? It was a conspiracy theory. They were going to find a bunch of, children or something in the middle of the Super Bowl, like a long time ago. And some of these things can be super convincing, even when they, you're like, you hope for it. I think when they get these big, wild conspiracy theories of like, if it's good that ultimately wins, you want it to happen, But it was like probably, I don't remember, it was 4 or 8 years ago, but it was a big thing. I'm sorry, 10. I just now noticed this.
This one came out just like 20 hours ago. Just like here.
Yup, we have been warned, and do not leave your home in the next few days or it will be it for your life as they're coming to end us. People were terrified after many experts and prophets started leaving a haunting message saying that if you attend this year's Super Bowl, you will not leave, with even the Bible stating in Isaiah 2:12 that after a lot of tragedies like what we've had this year, a high traffic moment with high pride will be the day God will strike, with even eerie warnings written into the teams' names as the 2 plane crashes that just happened came from planes that left Philadelphia and Kansas, just like the Philadelphia Eagles and Kansas Chiefs. And many are mentioning that the horrifying attack that happened in early January in New Orleans is exactly where the Super Bowl is being held. And we are ignoring all the signs.
The plane crash that happened is the exact 2 teams that's playing in the Super Bowl.
There's a major attack coming to a sporting event.
There was a prophet that said that this year will be the last Super Bowl.
However, it can still likely just be coincidences. Yup, we have been warned, and do not leave your...
Them 2 planes is coming.
Yeah, but that's not exactly right, though. Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City is actually in the state of Missouri. And that plane left the state of Kansas in Wichita.
Correct.
Yeah. You know my geography, baby.
It's that there's so many scenarios, and the TikTokers, they've been doing all kinds. Yeah, and the football thing. Yeah, rigged. Yeah. Like Jerry says, I don't know, guys. I don't know.
Man, I heard it years and years ago from a guy I worked with, and I'm talking like 30 years ago. He said, if somebody really wanted to attack the United States, they'd do it during the Super Bowl. Really. More than Christmas Day or any other holiday or whatever, the Super Bowl, everybody's pretty much dialed into their TV set.
Yeah, the most viewed. Yeah, that's it.
For sure. Definitely the most viewed. You know what was really cool? This is not the Super Bowl, but did you guys see when Ricky Gervais did, was it the Golden Globes, where he just went in on all the people and he was talking about Epstein and everything? He's like, I know, you flew in on his plane. No big deal. Like, that was the most coolest thing I've ever seen on an award show in my entire life. I've watched that. I have to admit, I'll watch that if I'm having a bad day. It was so funny. Like, you just look up to that guy at that point. He went up. Everybody had to be mad at him.
Oh, they were all cringing. They were cringe deluxe, man. And the camera would like go on one. I'm like, I think
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks. Yeah.
Look,
And
so he did. Look, hold on, y'all. He did one of these. Like he really did. He pulled at his collar. Like
he did do that, and I bet you he had a doodle ball that came down his freaking pants leg at the same time.
Yeah.
Picked it up a couple of rows like Pele.
Like you don't see that's like a joke. Like you do that for kidding. Like that guy did that in real life. He was like, "Oh, this collar feels so tight." I knew then he was there. I didn't know anything about that, and like since then, I've heard all kinds of crazy stuff about Tom Hanks specifically. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like if I thought a lot of people hadn't seen it, I'd totally put that up because that was so good. How he just laid it out on him. He laid it bare. Well, not really. It could have been worse, but he did. He went all out on that.
Oh, he assassinated them, man. I mean, he murderized those people right to their face.
Yeah, I think that's the coolest thing I've ever seen because nobody's got the balls to do something like that.
Well, and the thing is, he kind of hid his message within a joke, but everybody knows it ain't a joke. Everybody knows that stuff is true.
But and one of the cool things he said, don't do a political thing. Like he just said, and I know some of them still did, but I bet it changed the course of the night a little bit. He's like, nobody wants to hear morality from you guys. Get out of here with that. And then he talked about like, oh man, it was good. I should have played it, but I don't have it anywhere offhand. Something I came across that I considered. Tim's got something.
So most of the stuff actually, you guys is winding up on the protest because now the news is covering
the evening as hundreds of people rallied
against
the Trump administration's immigration policies. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
I'm Marcella Lee. CBS 8's Elizabeth Sanchez was at the protest. She explains what sparked this demonstration and shares the message from those taking part.
Okay, well,
behind me, you can see hundreds of protesters who have gathered on Highland in National City. They got here late this afternoon, and many of them found out about this protest on social media.
The sounds echoed by protesters symbolize solidarity with the immigrant community. As one protester climbed a light pole and hoisted a Mexican flag, those around him cheered on, carrying signs opposing the recent ICE raids and Trump administration immigration policies.
We make America great. We are here. We do so much for this country.
As the protest unfolded, a fight broke out, prompting other protesters to intervene and break it up. From the air, you can see protesters filling the streets and blocking traffic as motorcycles perform donuts, adding a dramatic and attention-grabbing element to the demonstration. Police responded to the scene, but didn't intervene, instead just closing off the streets. The signs read, "Don't bite the hand that feeds you."
I'm tired of politicians talking about Mexicanos. I'm tired. If it wasn't for us, this economy would be in the tank. And let them deport them.
And no ICE in schools.
I'm a teacher, and I will fight like hell for my students. We are trained to protect our students, and of course we are going to protect our students.
Other signs said they're here for their parents who immigrated. Even students from San Diego State came in support.
Trump and all of his people are spreading this dangerous rhetoric that all immigrants are terrible people and that people are coming here to just commit crime, and it's completely against the facts.
Some spoke about having friends or family members who are worried that they're going to be deported.
They're deporting people that are hardworking people. I've seen people that are street vendors and getting deported. Those aren't criminals.
This is what's fueling the protests, where community activists and even children gathered. And hours later, police opened up streets, but when protesters blocked police cars, they used tear gas to disperse the crowd.
There were also people out here spreading information about immigrants' legal rights on here, telling them what they should do just in case an ICE agent comes to their home or place of business. Elizabeth Sanchez, CBS 8.
They sprayed him with jalapeno pepper spray.
Maybe
No, they're immune to that.
maybe that's why so many of them are so low key right now, because they heard, in San Diego that happened. So up in Anaheim and these other places are not, maybe they don't want to get sprayed with chili pepper.
Chili pepper.
Yeah, chili pepper. So that was a wrap up, you guys. I don't know. I think I kind of think it's good in a way, because the more it gets glorified, the more people get on board to do it. And the last protest, boy, it was nonstop protest stuff, and it just seemed like every day more people were added because they were seeing it and they wanted to be part of it or something. I don't know. That's where we're at.
Well, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I get it's they say to, I have to admit, even the press secretary said two different things. But she said two things can be true at the same time, because they tried to pin her into a corner saying, oh, well, because she said, if you're here, you're already illegal. If you're here, you're breaking the law because you're here illegally. So even though that they said they were going after the worst of the worst criminals, she also said the people that are just here are criminals. She basically said, yeah, two things can be true. We may take people that haven't been terrible criminals, but of course the criminals are top priority. I don't know. I'm just saying, they say one, that's kind of double speak in a way. And, they should just say that. They should just say anybody and everybody that's here illegally. And then instead of saying the criminals, if they don't mean just the criminals, because it doesn't seem like they do. They're giving them precedent, their top priority. But if you're here illegally, they're taking you, is what it sounded like to me. Either way, you don't have to be a criminal besides being here illegally. They'll still send you back. That's what I heard.
Illegally.
Yeah, legally.
Allegedly.
And I saw Cheryl's comment about loving roasted garlic. I didn't even know I liked that till a couple years ago. It is really good. Like, it doesn't taste how you would think. It doesn't taste like raw garlic. It tastes different once it's been put in the oven on some olive oil. And I didn't know that till a couple years ago.
Delicious.
I like it. And I think it's good for you too, right?
Oh yeah, it'll clean.
Not for me. Vampire.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I am too. I guess I'm just immune. I definitely have the schedule of a vampire. But yeah, garlic hasn't killed me yet.
No, it just pisses off vampires. It doesn't kill them or anything.
Yeah.
That's the last thing you want is a vampire in a bad mood.
And I'm going to be like the Mexican protest, and I'm going to roll out of here because I'm going to go spend some time.
Oh, yeah, I got to go. I do too. I got to wake up early.
I guess. And we've been streaming for a while. So.
Okay.
But
I'll keep going.
Yeah, you guys keep going, okay? And we will see on Sunday for sure.
Okay.
And Friday, I guess Indy's going live, so we can't forget about her, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, yeah, I'm rolling out like the protest is over. Okay. Bye, guys.
Later, Tim.
Thanks for coming on, Tim. I appreciate it. You too, Craig.
Yep.
I appreciate you guys. It was a lot of fun.
I can't leave with her, and then people will start thinking things.
Right.
They left at the same time. They left together. It was very suspicious.
Right. I know. That's what I was thinking.
I'm going to leave when Yorga leaves.
That's okay.
Well, usually Yorga does first, but usually we started so much later. So actually, we would only, if it was the normal time,
you just be started.
Right. Or yeah, and we wouldn't even be started yet. And y'all already leave.
No, I do love you. Thank y'all for having me up. I appreciate it.
Man, we're glad you came up. It was fun.
Yeah, I'm glad you came up too, Craig.
Thank you, buddy. All right, I'll see y'all. Peace out.
All right.
Much love to everybody in chat. Much love.
Okay. All right, take it easy, Craig. And then there were two.
Yeah, I definitely thought there was going to be a little bit more to the protests because I can't even find a lot anymore. And I already did the press secretary. I don't really have a lot more because, like I said, I thought it would be on a whole lot more to it.
Yeah, me too.
I got all kinds of random stuff. I just don't know what anybody's most interested in. Because I always say, even before I even had a stream. I always save my videos I'm interested in playlists because if I didn't, I lose them. YouTube, I don't know if I'm the only weirdo that does that. Well, just like, oh, I want to see that. Save it to a playlist and keep scrolling, and I'll get stuff until I have time, and then I'll listen to whatever I've got saved. You know who Kathy O'Brien is, Yorga?
I don't think so.
She's like, she says she was an MK Ultra mind controlled person, and that's her dad sold her into the program when she was just a child because he had child prawn, and he got caught with it. And they said, "Well, we'll give you immunity if you sell me your child." I know it's like some wild allegations, but she names names. The Clintons are in the list of names, but she wrote a book I read. Anyways, I found a video of that, and I thought I might go through and find the better parts and share some of that. I don't know if tonight's the night, but at some point, if anybody even knows who that is, or if they don't, like, that, it'd be good to share it out because it's interesting information. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, it sounds interesting to me.
Well, I was just re-listening again, like right before, like I said. And one of the things she said about them, quote unquote, was that, and see, some people don't believe her. And I just think, I don't know why people wouldn't believe her. Like, why would you make that up? I mean, but she said what they didn't count on was like a good person. Cause like her man used to be in, he didn't know all this stuff went on. And when he found out, he kind of saved her. He like rescued her, so to speak, because she was literally programmed, and he found out about the programs, and he kind of learned. I remember one thing in the book I read was that she had to like write things down before she'd say them out loud because of all this mind control, it would like send her into a program or do something to her or whatever. So they had to do it a certain way to like unprogram her. And it's some wild stuff. But like I said, it's the thing I've got. It's like 2 hours long. And I think sometimes about just popping up and doing something like that, just playing one thing and then being it, because it's just a lot. Like that would almost be its own thing, I've seen that Scary World. What's that? Life
I was going to say, do tell, Cheryl.
I think she's talking about some of the MK Ultra stuff. Unless I don't think she's talking from personal experience, but it is like I said. I read her book. I've watched her. She's been in front of people. She says that the excuse is always it's for national security. It's because of national security. But that's what I didn't finish my thought from earlier. That's what she said. They didn't count on was somebody like him, kind of somewhat on the inside, not even realizing and using the information that he did have for being there to rescue her. She would have never been able to tell her story. Her mind was so compartmentalized and she was so controlled. She couldn't like break out of it. It took somebody helping her, and they didn't count on it. Plus, like a lot of them kill themselves, a lot of crazy stuff. And I believe it. Like, I don't know why it couldn't be true.
It's like Stranger Things.
What's that?
It's like that show Stranger Things.
Yeah, I watched some of that actually.
Yeah. I did too, and I got tired of it and quit watching.
Yeah, I was like really into it for a little while, and then I was like, okay, that's enough of this.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did too.
I'm done with the Upside Down. I'm going to go to the regular side.
I did the same thing with Walking Dead. I mean, it's just like faded out of my existence.
You're like that Homer Simpson that walks backwards into the bush. I'm sorry. That's something I see on memes all the time. But yeah, I definitely think it would be fun. I just don't think, it's a whole lot to get into tonight. And I need to figure out who really gives a shit,
Mm-hmm.
Like I was talking, I really would like to, I really thought Indy was going to do like a backstage on some Enoch. I really would like to get at least a couple handful of people and talk about Enoch in the scriptures. It doesn't even have to be on a live. I'm just really interested in it and hearing other people's opinions and maybe reading it together or whatever, Yeah. Oh, I have the best grandkids, dude. I've got I'm learning to make shorts. So the world, look out. You're going to see my grandkids like crazy. They're so freaking cute, man. If I don't know how to put it on here, and I'm not going to put y'all through it. If you want it, they're there. I've been making them. And I'm really loving it because they're so, everybody thinks their kids and grandkids are cute. What's up, Devil Dog? It sure was nice of 10 to come on tonight, and Craig and you. I really had a good night, you guys. I'm glad y'all came.
No problem.
But yeah, I wish I had some more fun stuff. I thought that guy doing the press secretary was pretty funny. I really thought he was a trip. But
yeah, I'm jealous of her that she is so on top. And what was the other girl's name? McEnany? She was the same way, man. You just like right on. They'll throw a question out there that seems like, all right, how's she going to get out of this? And gets right out of it, like right now. It's like, damn, I wish I was that sharp.
For sure. Yeah, I had a lot of stuff saved that I never even got a chance to watch that I wanted to watch to see if I wanted to share of it. This one here, I definitely can't play without at least looking what it is. It says Eyes on LA, major human traffic jam. It says in quotations.
Is that alive?
No, it's just a video. It's like 37 minutes long though. And I was going to watch it. And if the best parts of it maybe clip out, but like I said, we started talking about the protest, and I kind of thought it was going to be an all night thing. It's kind of what I was afraid of is that the thing is, if they were to pop back off, Yorga, I would not, unless 10 were to contact me or hop up on here, then I would not know. I'm not getting any of it on my feeds. I don't have TikTok, so. Yeah, you should see the little guy making fun of her. He's like not making fun of her. He's making fun with her. It's actually pretty funny. He's basically calling her a boss, I think.
There's one on here that says massive New York City building fire, which could be just a, run-of-the-mill garden variety barnyard type of fire, maybe not started by protesters. Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm looking at live right now. And there's nothing about this. Huh. Must be some shadow banning going on around here.
Yeah, nothing to see here. Like, that's impossible. There's something going on.
Yeah.
I mean, or they really did all just go home and there's nothing to live stream. I guess that's an option. I'm always looking for a conspiracy, but I guess
if they've been doing it for like 3 days, those same people, they're going to be like, man, screw this, man. Standing around all day.
They need to give them a raise. Pay them a little more.
They caught back when we were having riots here, I guess it was 2021, something like that. There was a neighborhood called Windsor Farms, and a guy, he did a YouTube video about it, I believe, but he was just one of the people who lived there. This bus pulls up and all these people file out, and he got to talking to one of them. They were protesting something. And the guy said, oh yeah, they busted us up from South Carolina. They paid everybody like $50 a piece plus food. It's like, damn, man. That's just blatant.
Yeah, I don't know. I cannot imagine. It's hard to believe anything anymore.
Oh, no.
And even those from the other night where they were like unlocking the cuffs right after and everything. I know I keep repeating that. It's just that everybody else had seen that. I heard it before. I heard people say it, but I'd never really just seen it. It looks so. Also, when they were getting the cuffs put on, right? They're walking up with their hands behind their back backwards. Here, officer, put the cuffs on. I'll comply. It's just weird. Look, you don't see that often. And they were just doing it back to back from each other. And I guess that's why, because they knew they were going to go around the corner and undo them. It was crazy. I mean, if those were the same people, right? I'm not really sure. I agree. Like it wasn't the media. See, we were watching somebody's live stream, and that's when we were seeing all these people just getting their handcuffs taken off. Like, that shit's not normal. I mean, I guess it was there.
I don't know what was going on with that.
And I didn't say it then, but I kept thinking like maybe they were just moving them out of that tunnel. They're like, let me put these cuffs on you. All right, now you stay out of that tunnel and undo them. Well, honestly, I kind of think they just didn't expect that part to be on camera. They just kind of expected us to see them put the handcuffs on them, and then all of a sudden we don't see them anymore. But really, they're getting them cuffs taken off.
Yeah, they walked around the corner and he took the cuffs off.
I don't know, man. They knew it, I guess. So they're like cool with it. My dog is like freaking out. What's the matter? Oh, let me move that. These little bitty things. Steve's dog looks like one of my little dog's cousin, Steve Harlowa's dog. He's just like Pablo is his name. They aren't the same color, but they're pretty much the same kind of dog, little bitty Chihuahua mixes. But yeah, he's just like, he's the best dog ever, but he needs so much help with everything. You know, there's just one thing on it's hard to explain. There's this little spot, he jumps down off the bed, and there was one thing on the thing he jumped on, and he just looked at it like, I'll never get down. As soon as I moved it, he hopped right down. Little bitty thing. But he's a good dog.
Me.
Man, I'm still like waiting for it. We were talking about the ick the other night, but I want to hear some of these crazy lady stories. I know you got a bunch. We're already here. You might as well.
Me?
Yeah, you know the other person not on panel with me. Well, you don't have to, but you.
No, I can tell you about dumb shit all day long. I've got stories that. You want to hear one?
Of course, I was talking about crazy because you said you knew crazy.
Oh God, that's in there. That's in there.
That's a chapter. Okay,
that's a chapter, man. Anyway, I was dating this. Actually, we were living together. This one girl that was she had to be bipolar, and if she got mad at you, she wouldn't talk to you for like 3 days, even if she found out it wasn't your fault. You know what I mean? It was messed up. It sucked. So I had to play this gig up north of Baltimore. It was in this vineyard. And I mean, it was probably about 1,000 people there, and it was loaded with good-looking chicks, which I'm there to work, I'm there to play, and it wasn't really a dressing room, but it was back where they had all these big vats of wine and stuff, there was a bathroom back there, so that was kind of our dressing room. It was an outdoor thing. And so we were going to do 2 long sets, like a 90-minute set and then a 20-minute break and a 90-minute set. So we play a 90-minute set and we go back to, again, it wasn't a dressing room, but back to where we were. And one of the guys in the band, I can't even remember who, they said, look, there's a girl out there named Rachel, and she's having, tonight is her bachelorette party. She's getting married tomorrow. And she loves that song, Bang a Gong by T-Rex. And that was a song that I do. I sang that one. And they said, can you, if you remember, try to dedicate it to Rachel, So we're halfway through the second set. And the girl, she was there, the girl I was living with. She's there, right? Everything's fine. So we get to that song, Bang a Gong, and I had forgotten. And somebody said, hey, you got to say something about Rachel with this song. And I said, okay, I understand there's a lady out there named Rachel and she's getting married tomorrow and congratulations. And we're doing this song just for you. It was like that. At the end of the night, we end and we start trying to get our gear up. And my girlfriend comes to me and she said, she's shaking, man. She is shaking. And she goes, who the fuck is Rachel? I went, you're kidding me, right? I didn't even know who Rachel was. I never saw a Rachel. Nothing, right? But here I dedicated this song to her, so that was enough to piss her off, and we've got like a 3-hour drive home, right? After this. And I went, oh my God, here we go. So
she must have been really hot, according to the crazy hot chart,
Who,
like
my girlfriend?
Yeah, the girl that was jealous.
Yeah, she was hot, but she was crazy like they all are. But anyways.
That's the chart. I've told you about that before. I'll find the video.
So we get in the car, we get everything, I get everything loaded up, get in the car, and we got this 3-hour drive home. And we were gone like maybe 15 minutes heading home, and her phone rang. She picks up the phone and is going, And what it was the other guitar player's wife told my girlfriend the story that, look, Gary didn't know, Gary didn't know anything about this Rachel person that, she explained to him, explained to her that it was just, she could have hung up that phone and said, all right, my bad, I made a mistake. She was still pissed off, and we rode 3 hours home, not speaking a word to each other. It's that's just one of them. Dumb shit like that, man.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty jealous. I probably couldn't be with somebody that sang in a band and everything. But yeah, I don't know. I would have got over it though if I believed it.
Well, the thing is too, she was there to see. I wasn't out milling around with people or doing any kind of dumb shit. When we worked, man. And a 90-minute set is a bitch. And then we only get 20 minutes off, and then you're back for another 90. And I mean, that's hard freaking work. And then when you're not doing that, you're loading up everything. I mean, she could see where I was the whole time, And again, I ain't got a clue. Rachel might have weighed 400 pounds for all I know. I don't know. I never did see this woman. But I had to pay the price. I put up with that shit for a while, and I just went, I ain't doing this no more, man. No, I'd rather be single. So.
Well, yeah. I need to find this. I don't know if it was, I know there was a video, which I've played so much stuff, I might as well. It was really funny. I watched it like a year or two back, in a backstage, and it was pretty damn funny. And, it's like the level of hot equals the level of crazy. It's like this graph and chart. And he says something about the fuck around and find out. I mean, it was like, a couple minutes long, but it was hilarious. Because my uncle would say that too. He used to say that, like, the prettier, if a girl's like extra perfect, like everything about her's beautiful, then she's going to be psycho. And she's like average, and she won't be near as crazy. And then like if she's ugly, she's going to be sane. He was saying there was a chart. It's a joke. But because it seems
no, it ain't a joke. It's true.
All right. I wish I had this video.
Well, Keith Richards once said something very smart, and he said, you have 5 senses. The eyes are the whole of your senses. And if that makes sense, but yeah, I'd see a good looking chick and then we hit it off and blah, blah, blah. And it was all about the looks until after a couple of weeks of misery, I'd find out, oh my God, this chick's crazy. You got to go. So, yeah.
Yeah. Crazy is worse than, crazy is the worst one. That's why when we were talking X, because I mean, I'm pretty nuts all by myself. Like I'm used to being the crazy one in the relationship. If somebody's crazier than me, we're all in trouble. You're like, oh God. I mean, I shouldn't say that, but people.
Well, that bitch made me ride all that way home. I'm talking a long drive, and couldn't just say, okay, that was Keen, the other guy's wife, and she told me what happened, and I'm sorry, I flew off like that, and can we start over again? No, oh hell no. Hell no. A little bit of jealousy is a good thing. I dated this one girl that she said she didn't have a jealous bone in her body, and I don't think she did. But I don't think that's good. You got to have some jealousy, but you can also have way too much jealousy, and that ain't good either. Got to have just the right amount.
Right. I'm going to see if I can get this. I don't know. Somebody else could, but I'm gonna try. I don't know how to go. Wrong person. Let's see. It's the thing I was talking about that we're sitting here talking about. The crazy hot ratio. It's stupid, but it's funny because this is somebody sending it to me that was there.
The universal hot crazy matrix.
Shoot, I hate that I'm not good with this type of stuff. I mean, I figure it out. I just kind of like fumble around till I get there. That's what she said.
Fumble around more, won't you?
Fumble around till I get there. That's what she said.
Right.
Let's see if I can pull it off. It's worth it. I cracked up the first time. Can you see it?
Yeah.
It's everything a young man needs to know about women.
Yeah, let me see.
Okay, so this is the universal hot crazy matrix. It's everything a young man needs to know about women. I've developed this on my own over 46 years of living on the earth. So this is how it works. You have your crazy axis, hot axis.
Yeah.
Like he knows what
as
he's talking
usual
about.
measured from 0 to 10. We're all familiar with that. Crazy is measured from 4 to 10 because, of course, there's no such thing as a woman who's not at least 4 crazy.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So 4 to 10.
I agree.
Crazy line, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. Sheesh.
Here, very important that you keep in mind where the hot crazy line is. As a rule, this is your no-go zone. We do not hang around and marry women who are not, at least in our mind, a 5.
Dang, that's
so
hardcore.
This is your no-go zone. You don't go here. We just rule this out. Life is better this way.
So yeah, he's like the same
No,
girls. Right past.
he's-
If he's right,
He's
those are
dead
the-
on, man. I'm telling you, he is dead on.
He's got the uniform. He's got this, serious look about him.
That's the way it is. All right. Above a 5 and to about an 8, and below the crazy line, this is your fun zone. You can hang out here and meet these girls and spend time with them. That's your fun zone. But keep in mind, when you're in the fun zone, you want to move out of the fun zone to a more permanent location. Okay. So that's the fun zone. Above a 5, hot. Below an 8, hot. And below the crazy line. This means these are most of the time not crazy. Okay. Above the danger zone, above the crazy line, we have the danger zone. This is your redhead, anyone named Tiffany. This is hairdressers. This is where your car gets keyed. You get a bunny in the pot. Your tires get slashed, and you wind up in jail.
Yep.
Now we have some of the chart filled in. We got a couple more pieces to put in, but at this point, understand something. This is not a static environment. This is a situation where you have got to use this matrix over time to develop some reliable data. It's like a dope chart, okay? Because at any moment in time, any woman that you have previously located on this chart can vanish from that location and appear anywhere else on the chart. Is over time, collect some data. And once you have a cluster of data points, you can begin to consider that reliable. Now, moving on, you have this zone here. This is below the crazy line, above an 8 hot, but still, about a 7 crazy. This is your date zone. You can stay in the date zone indefinitely. These are women that you introduce to your friends and your family. They're good looking and they're reasonably not crazy most of the time. Okay, so you can stay here indefinitely. Now, above an 8 hot and between about a 7 and a 5 crazy, this is your white zone. Okay, when you meet this girl, you should consider a long-term relationship. This zone is not scaled to size. This is a representation and not an actual. This is not a pie chart showing you how many of these people are out there. This is simply a representation of what you're at. You want to be 5 to 7 crazy, above an 8 hot. That's your wife zone. Okay. Now, below a 5 crazy and above an 8 hot, this is your unicorn zone. These things don't exist. If you find a unicorn, please capture it safely, keep it alive. We'd like to study it and maybe look at how to replicate that. Okay. So I was explaining this to a guy one time, and he said, "Wait a minute. I met this girl, and she's like smoking hot. She's like at least a 9, and she's chill. She's totally cool. She's like not even a 3 crazy." I said, "You're telling me you've met a girl, she's a 9 hot, and she's like a 2 or a 3 crazy?" He said, "Yeah, man, I like her a lot." I said, "You should be careful. That's a dude. You're talking to a tranny." So you got to be careful, because down here below a 4 crazy and above an 8 hot, you're probably talking to a dude. That crazy mix.
Wait, I'm sorry. That's what I was trying to. I could not do that without showing it. It's pretty funny when you see it.
It's all true. It's all true. Every bit of it. That guy's a genius.
It's pretty funny. He looked like all serious, like he was ready to talk about.
No, he looked like he was giving a safety meeting or something.
Oh man. So yeah, even me, like, yeah, that if I had to pick, that was the first thing I could think of. That, I don't know. The icks are so. Usually when I hear them, I think, what an asshole. Like, because they're always something like, oh, they chewed real loud, or they snore, or something that you just wouldn't think would be such a big deal. And that's why I always talk about them, because I'm looking for that one. Somebody's going to say something like that. They're going to be like, well, this one time, you know, and I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. Like, I've heard these crazy stories and in these conversations about ick, and they'll go, yeah, this one time, and they did this thing, and you're like, it's a one-time thing. And it's like, they could never date this person again because they snorted this certain way, or they said this thing they couldn't overlook. I don't know. I don't know if I've ever had that, but crazy when if somebody's crazier than me, which I'm pretty nuts, so it's a fair comparison, then something bad's going to happen. You know, like I told you, like I can never forget. It was thinking by the number of steps that I took that they could know what my thoughts in my mind was. That's like next level crazy. That's like scary to me. I'm like, do you understand how many combination of words could fit in a 3-word sentence? Like that could be a million different things, more than a million, you know? And you think you know exactly what my thought was? I was kind of really scared by that. And they don't, like I'm sure men and women the same. They don't show you they're crazy right away. They like,
no, they don't.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden they're doing crazy. You're like, what just happened?
Sometimes when you find out, it's too damn late, you know? Like the one I was just talking about, it was too late because we dated for a while and she was super cool. And then we ended up moving into her house. She had this nice big house with better schools for my kids and stuff. Sold the house I had. Once we moved in, I found out the craziness, man. She would come home from work and I didn't know whether she was going to try to hug and kiss all over me or throw a lamp at me, man. I never knew. She was just, hey, gotta go.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the whole nother crazy.
Yeah. Oh, I should write a book, man.
Oh my God, I do think you should. I think you should. I'd read it in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I always wanted to write a book called Funny Motherfuckers I Have Met. And it would be like Craig would be chapter 1, Craig, Johanna, you know? Just have a whole chapter about some funny motherfucker I have met. It could
That'd
work.
be a great book, Yorga. I really would read it. I mean, don't be too flattered, because that's kind of my thing. I like to read biographies about people. Usually somebody, you know, Marilyn Monroe or something like this, just because why not? So that would be a perfect book, like a light-hearted read, you know?
Oh, yeah, it would be. Probably have to change names to protect the innocent, but...
All right. My uncle's writing a book, but it's like a trilogy set up, and it's kind of like its own world and stuff. I mean, my uncle's a really intelligent guy, and I have a good feeling about it. Like, he might actually have the next series, like Lord of the Rings kind of thing. He's a real big Pittsburgh Steelers fan, and he used to write to the Steelers Digest, and he, for whatever, it's a long story, but he would sign it Doctor, his last name, and he wasn't a doctor. It's corny, I know. It's kind of funny. What happened was my aunt was a chiropractor, became a chiropractor, which is his little sister, and my grandmother, which was my uncle's mom, would go, oh, it's so nice to get mail to a doctor at the house. Oh, how nice it is to see doctor in front of my daughter's name. So my uncle, being the sarcastic kind of smart aleck he was, when he got his Steelers Digest subscription, he wrote Dr. Greenlaw. Oh man, I didn't mean to do that. Anyways, he wrote his name on there, and then the mail would come addressed to doctor.
Man, I could do that.
It's hilarious. But what was even funnier is he actually got published in there because what I was getting at, he's an eloquent writer. He's a great writer. He's got a good vocab. He's smart. Everything a writer should be. And it's just funny. They really thought that he thought he was a doctor. He didn't provide any credentials. I mean, but I guess they're thinking, why would anybody lie? Anyways, he ended up getting like syringes and all kinds of free stuff getting mailed to the house.
Damn.
One thing. It's pretty funny. But yeah, they definitely published him a couple times in there. He was also knows football really well. So he could give like good advice, like, do this with your defensive line. And there's a problem with this player, doesn't do this, really critique and make a lot of sense. So they published him. And that same uncle is starting a series. I'm really excited. I'm ready to read it. I haven't seen it yet. But yeah, he's probably gonna have the next big thing. I'll be excited to be like, that's my uncle. You know.
Mhm.
And it's not a big deal. I said his last name because, you know, if it gets it turned into a movie, best believe I'm gonna tell everybody that's my uncle.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He's a good dude. It really is the uncle that you remind me of. There's so much more to be said about him, but I almost got to be careful. I'd rather tell you in a backstage. He's just kind of like, you know, the neighborhood knows him because, you know, he's just a funny, fun guy. And he did bands and stuff, but he was never like, he would lip sync. Like that's the time frame we're talking about. You know, back when people still did that. Like back in the day, it didn't matter if you had like hair, you know, and the right clothes, then you could lip sync with no problem. You know, it was like, I feel like he did sing too, but he just wasn't, he definitely did lip sync. I remember he told me that when I was just a little kid. He's like, yeah, well, I'm not always singing. Well, I thought that was I never heard of it till he told me that people do that.
Wow.
Like Milli Vanilli. No, but he is a cool guy. And I'm pretty excited about it. I haven't got to read the book yet. I keep wondering, you know, you can't help it. You're like, man, watch one of these characters sound like me, right? He'll be like this really talkative little girl, get on my nerves. I'll be like, that's me. He's talking about, because I bet you they do, you know, take from stuff, you know, to make their characters. I've never written anything seriously like that, but yeah, it's on the way. Like he has editors, he's done all the things. He's at a convention, right? Like a writer's thing right now. I'm pretty proud of him. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
I don't have any idea why I told you all that. I just you really do remind me of that uncle though. He's a cool guy, and you'd like him.
Like me, you know, he's cool.
Right, he's got all the stories, dude. I can't tell. I couldn't tell freaking 9 out of 10 of his stories on this live, but I could tell you in a backstage. And they're not like terrible. It's just like I can't tell them. You know what I mean? There's just I already said stuff I probably shouldn't have, but yeah, I don't know. He's a good guy. You'd like him, and you definitely remind me of him in like a lot of ways. You know. And he's my favorite uncle too, because like my grandmother had 6 kids, and they were all like stair steps except him. He's like a 10-year gap. He's the youngest. And I think that's why we were always so close, because all my other aunts and uncles were like 10 more years older than him. And they seemed like serious adults. And he was like the fun one, you know?
Yeah.
And he was still serious. And I dared not disrespect him, because that's just how he was. But he was definitely the fun one. And as I got older, we got closer, because then he could just really, we could be more like friends and less like, you know, a parental thing, you know.
Yeah,
he's pretty cool though. I really, like I said, I tell you this all the time, but I think it's neat. I don't think there's never been anybody that really reminded me of him, because he's a cool ass dude. Like he's my favorite uncle for a reason. You know.
Yeah, I'm the cool uncle at reunions and stuff too. I got a bunch of nieces and nephews. I don't even know how many, but they all kind of end up hanging around me halfway through the thing. I've got this one niece that for whatever reason, her and I just think the same. And we'll be at some family function, and always me and her together going, look at that stupid hat. Look at that stupid shit he's wearing.
Right. That's me and my uncle. That's exactly it. That's how it was. Because also, for whatever reason, I do know why. He was like the closest to his mom, probably because he was the youngest and everything. And I was the closest because my mom was like insane, and like I didn't really have a relationship with her. So my grandmother was like my mom to me, like, and we both just looked at her. We talk about her like she was Mother Teresa, you know. We both just love her so much, and we had that in common. And then you know, I'm an Annis, pardon me.
Yeah.
Oh man, you can't remember how to be funny. I was saying to Yorga, like, I'm always funny when I'm not trying. I'm like, I want to be funny on purpose. I want to tell a joke and it's funny. I tell the joke and then I try to explain it and then it's funny or something. Like it's never the right way. I'm always funny on accident. I'm like, quit laughing. I was serious. Then I try to tell a joke and it's like, I don't know.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, I can't be funny on purpose almost. Every once in a while it works out for me, but most of the time it's on accident. And then I'm kind of pissed off about it. Like, no, I'm trying to be serious now. I was trying to be funny earlier when you did laugh. It's not a good feeling. Then you're being laughed at, not with, you know?
Yeah.
But
Well, you just got to let those ones go. I mean, I learned early on at the place I worked at, which thousands of people, I mean, there's little cliques and stuff with different people. But people would always, and I did it too, always try to find somebody's buttons to push, one thing that this person really didn't like. And, so you get to going on it. But I learned early on if there was something that really bothered me and somebody said something to me about it, jokingly or whatever, I just go, oh yeah, it's true. I mean, there was this black chick I used to work with named Marcia, and we just became tight. That's all it was. She was married. I can't remember if I was married at the time or not. But, we used to go out and get high together and stuff like that, but we were always kind of hanging out together at work. And, of course, the rumors are going to start going around that me and her are a thing. You know what I mean? Right. And me and her both laughed so hard about it, man. And, I mean, we played it up like it was a thing. You know what I mean? Right. And just to screw with them, But that's how people are, man. I mean, my hiking buddy, her name is Diana. She worked there. She still does work there. And her husband works there too. And I know both of them. They've been out on the boat with me and everything. But he doesn't like to hike. And I like to hike. And she likes to hike. So she got up with me and was like, hey, let's go hiking. I said, okay. And we went hiking a bunch of times. And even though I've been retired from there, it's been going around down there that me and her got something going on. It's like, no. I don't even think I've ever hugged her before. You know how you hug people, but of course, since me and her are together, they must be doing the nasty, Nope. Not even close. Not even close.
yeah, that's definitely always a thing. People, you can't be a girl and have a guy friend and not be sad. Man, I wish I had Matt Rife on this clip of Matt Rife. It would be so funny right now because it's a skit on that. Because it can go both ways. Some guys really are like that. There are some guys out in the world that try to be friends with girls just in case, like they, get a chance with them, whatever. But then there's guys that are really just cool. And Matt Rife's talking about the ones that are just waiting. And he does a whole bit on it. I saw it just the other day. And he's like, you wait until she comes over crying. And he just starts unzipping his pants and unbuttoning. It's like, oh, I can't believe he did that. I don't know if you know who he is. He's a comedian that's really good with crowd work. He's actually pretty funny. And he literally came out of nowhere. I guess it's like the crowd work. That's not something, it's kind of like you, Yorga, you're funny on the spot with what gets said and you just bounce back on it. And that's kind of what made him so funny is crowd work. You can't, unless he's planting those people out there and rehearsing, you can't really, you got to just do that off the cuff. And, that's how I know him is from his crowd work. But I just saw him talking about a skit about girls can't have guy friends because they're all just trying to screw them. But that's just not always true.
Well, I got one on that one. I mean, it works both ways.
For sure.
My last wife, she was in food and beverage business, hotels, stuff like that. And a lot of gay people are in food and beverage line of work, which I don't give a damn. She had this one friend named Jim. And, Jim was supposedly gay and all this stuff. And she would go hit bars with Jim and stuff. Man, I saw through that bastard. He wasn't gay. He wasn't gay, man. He was trying to work his way in. Him and I ended up getting in a fist fight. Yeah, sure did, man. Yeah, he was one of the ones that's trying to smooze in on, Yeah, I mean, and I didn't mind her having guy friends. I didn't, but you could smell a rat. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
that's funny. That's kind of the whole thing. Yeah. That's what he was saying. Well, not everybody, but yeah, I've heard that too about gay guys. And I mean, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. It's hard to tell. That's a lot. That's dedication. You want to hook up with this chick so bad, you're going to pretend to be a gay guy to get close
right.
to her. Say she turns you straight. That's a lot. A lot of guys
well,
wouldn't want to pretend.
I think he was both. You know what I mean? I think
Right.
we was both. And I'll tell you a funny story. I swear to God, it's true. This is the night I got in a fight with him. I was going into work. I used to, I worked rotating shifts, but this particular night, I was supposed to be there at midnight, and the whole area was shut down. So it was nothing for us to do. And I said, "Can I have a vacation day? I get there at midnight. Can I just take this night off?" And they went, "Sure. We don't need you." So, and I still got paid for it. It was a regular vacation day. Anyways, so I just happened to go up to this bar. It's called named Margarita Maggie's. I'll never forget that. And gonna have a beer. So I get up there and I get a beer. The place is crowded, man. I think it was Wednesday nights was the nights that they were really, really hot. And they had like the sunken dance floor. You know what I mean? You had to go down a few steps to get to this dance floor, I get my beer and walk over there and watch some people dancing. And there she was. She was supposed to be at home. But there she was dancing with Jim. Good old Jim, And this is the part that's
gay friend, right?
This is the part that's freaky as hell. There were hundreds of people there. And I was standing right at where the steps went down to the dance stage. And I remember not really being all that pissed off. I was just like, man, come on. Well, she apparently was about half kicked in the ass. She starts coming up the steps to get off the dance floor. I guess they were done for right then. She trips on the steps, and guess who catches her? Me. And she thought I was at work. She went right into my arms, and I just looked at her and smiled, and she was like, "Oh, shit." So her and him got out of there, man. Yeah. So I got to thinking about it, and I was like, man, this is a load of shit. So I go over to her house, and sure enough, Jim's over there. And he comes out, and we started fighting, man. Yeah. The lady upstairs was woken up from the sound of we were hitting each other.
Can you imagine if we got smartphones like 25, 45, whatever, however much sooner it would have taken for somebody to catch that on a live or catch a video of that?
Oh, yeah.
It would be viral. You beating the shit out of some gay guy.
This was in '89, so yeah, nobody had any of that shit like that. Yeah,
right. That's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, I got so lucky because I was just done doing dumb shit when they started having cameras on everybody's phone, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's things that I definitely did when I was younger. I'm so glad aren't on video. Just like dumb shit you might have said or done or whatever, arguing, whatever. None of it never happened. No evidence. Nowadays, you can't, anywhere you go, if you're in public, you might be on somebody's recording.
Yeah, it's like they've got 5 or 6 different recordings of that plane crash. Holy hell.
Yeah, I got tagged in something and I saw part of it. I guess I could show that. It's another person I'm sure they wouldn't mind I share the video, but then they shared it from somebody else too, about those plane crashes and stuff. Because I have freaking no idea. I've heard a million theories, and I heard one, and I don't know. I'd have to look back into it, but something like how the president flies in one plane and then there's another one that's like a decoy, so every time he leaves 2 planes go and maybe people don't know which one he's in.
Well, there is 2 Air Force Ones. Every time one lands, another one lands.
Yeah, I don't know, it didn't sound, I never heard it again, and it was probably just one of those. I don't know if it was true or not, is what I'm saying. They were saying one of the planes that got hit was the opposite one, was the one that he wasn't in. I'm like, man, if that's true. And I hate to be like a normie, so to speak, and say, well, I wasn't on the news, because that's not really evidence anymore. They might cover stuff up or not, or at least I believe that.
Mm-hmm.
That was my first thing when people started telling me crazy things that weren't on the news. I remember when I would think that, why isn't it on the news? And people go, you just don't understand about the media, back then, before I did. And I see it now, but I know there's still those people out there that go, oh, but if all that's true, why isn't it on the news? Well,
I know.
I was there. It wasn't even that long ago, It's now I don't trust the news anymore. And then I feel kind of naive though when I trust my regular, when I trust the internet, right leaning, because it's well, it's kind of the same thing. Like they're just telling it from their side still. I mean, it's still close to the truth, but it's kind of just the same thing in reverse. I don't know. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But
I wish one mainstream media outlet, and I'm talking CBS, ABC, or NBC, I wish one of them would see the writing on the wall and just go ahead and start doing real news, good or bad for the Republicans or the Democrats. Just go out there and get the story and tell the story without your damn opinion coming into it, you know. And everybody would be watching that channel. Everybody would be.
Exactly. That's what would happen if they just do that. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I kind of felt like that's what I did with the internet, like finding whatever Right News Network or whatever, you know, independent news source. But then you're like, then I started thinking, and I'm like, isn't that kind of the same thing, you know? But it's not, because it is, but it isn't, you know. I think there's a lot more truth there. But they definitely lean one side, and they spin the stories to help one side more than the other, you know. It just so happens on that side, so it sounds better when I hear it, you know. Like, I don't know. I do think it's closer to the truth, but I'm still skeptical anymore. I do really like the super independents, you know, the people that just have like content out here that aren't really. That's why I like the smaller channels and stuff, because they're not getting paid by somebody to say something, you know. They're just saying what their opinion is and what they see. Here goes that. I wish I had, I don't know, I guess you don't come on panels. I wish I had an email or something to send you a link if you wanted to come up sometime, Navy. I know, I don't think you really, not very often. I don't see him on panel. But the opinions are always good, you know. See, I didn't even really read that, all of it, but I did just now. But that's the same thing with, that. I mean, that's kind of like the tunnels. I believe that. And I'd show it, but I feel like I've showed a lot of it. Like it's always like, yeah, you don't have to use your camera though. Like, we haven't been, not too much.
Yeah.
Or some other time. But yeah, Navy Vet's a good one. I do like hearing differing opinions and stuff.
Yeah, you talk about tunnels. There's a university here that's up in the mountains. It's about 4 hours away. I only know that because I used to date a girl up there when she was in college, and it's not anymore, but it once was an all girls college, and they built these. They had a few RAPEs there. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so they made these tunnels that would go from building to building, so it'd be safer for the women. And it did the exact opposite. Man. You get people hiding down in them tunnels, and then once they close the tunnels off, this is when, you know, my girlfriend at that time was going there, and they went from that to hiding up in trees, like trees with low hanging branches, and you'd be, you know, a woman would be walking through the park or whatever, you know, trying to get back to her dorm or whatnot, and a guy would just jump out of the tree. You know, it's almost like they could never solve that problem, man. You know.
That's crazy. I don't know. You know, that's what, if the news, a big news network came out and told that story, that there's tunnels under and all these, like, you know, cases.
Oh, tunnels everywhere, man. There's tunnels everywhere.
But what the thing is, like, what are they being used for? Because that's what they're saying happening. A lot of people think that's what happened in California. Maybe it's not, but maybe they did have tunnels where they took, you know, people from one place to the next to, you know, like, that's crazy, but that's what is getting said. That's what Ellie Carter says, that she went down through tunnels and went to presidents' homes and other famous, all these different people from underground. And if that's true, that's a big story. If freaking CBS or CNN, ABC told a story like that and down to what they used them for, then I'd believe them. I'd start watching them again. I'd be like, man, finally somebody's talking about it out in the open, you know, because they're not.
Well, it's just as easy. It would be just as easy if they said, if Trump did something good, they could say Trump did something good. If he does something bad, he did something bad, but it's making up all this shit, Russian collusion and all that shit, and all the mainstream media was on that bandwagon, even though it was a big steaming pile of shit, if they would just quit doing that, because everybody knows.
Right. I mean, I feel like people are changing their mind every day, but both directions, because I hear people supposedly he's got the best rating he's ever had. I didn't write it all down or find the link or whatnot for it. I should have.
The problem with the other side is no matter what Trump does, it's, they're going to bitch about it. It's like I saw a meme, I think it was yesterday, said Trump cures cancer and the left wing is bitching about it. You know what I mean? It's that they're fueled by hate for Trump, and that's it. Hell, if Biden had gotten in there and he did a bunch of really good things to save the country money and secure the border and all that shit, I would be like, hell yeah, man. But he didn't do nothing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They're starting to build the wall again, too. Thank you.
Well, when that press secretary started talking about it, I mean, it really puts it in perspective. And I feel like maybe people are going to start to see that, like people that doubt him and say all these bad things, or people that just don't think he's capable of good decisions, or don't like the way that the things that he does, hear her say that and put it in perspective with, hi, Zach,
hey, Zach.
With her talking about putting America first, all this money that they're stopping, $5,000 so some other country can have Sesame Street. Or I said 5,000. It's like 4.5 billion was one of the numbers. There was some huge numbers, and they're dumb reasons. And so we're going to cut all this, and we're going to think about the people in North Carolina, just like she said. She really brought it home with that, man. What about the people here that the other administration hasn't helped at all? We're going to stop, because why are we sending this money? That's the bigger thing, is like stopping this under the way things have always been done. That isn't necessarily a good way. And, to me, when people say, oh, he's on the same side, it's like, no, that's him kicking them in the balls. That's him saying, I'm not doing it your way. And I just see it completely different. And I'm really hopeful. It's crazy. I'm as hopeful as I can be, but then everywhere I look, I feel like more and more people are saying, oh, Trump's a bad guy. And it's like, I just don't see that. I don't see the same picture, because I'm just seeing all the good things that are happening and changing. And like, oh, everybody complained about worrying about what it was going to do to us financially over tariffs. And then it turns out he probably isn't even going to do them. He just made everybody do what he wanted them to do. And then nobody goes, hey, that was a good job. Like you said, why can't the media go, okay, our right-wing media does, but why can't the left-leaning media say, well, we were really worried about these tariffs, but turns out they're cooperating.
Thank you.
They don't. They won't.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Some of these people are so easily swayed, and I'll tell you just a quick story. Back when Mitt Romney was running, who I was going to vote for, I don't like the guy now, but back then it was the only choice I had. And I asked one of my son's friends, what he thought about the whole thing, Romney or Obama. And he goes, man, I ain't voting for Romney because, he said he was going to cut off Big Bird because he was going to shut down NPR, which it should be shut down because it's all taxpayer money. And I actually listen to NPR when I'm on the road in my car, whatever, because they play a lot of really nice classical music. I love it and everything. But for the United States and they're all their news is liberal. For the United States to pay for something that's so, politically biased towards one side, it cut them off, man. But it went to this one kid as, man, they're going to get rid of Big Bird. Come on, man. Think a little bit beyond that, all right? Once he said he was going to get rid of Big Bird, I know I'm not voting for him. And that's how shallow some of them think,
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I'm actually really am hopeful, but I'm also a little apprehensive and nervous too, because as much as I want to actually think things might, I'm really curious. I know he signed the paperwork and the executive order for a lot of these lists to come. At least maybe you didn't. Definitely JFK and RFK Jr. and something with Martin Luther King. But I feel like he has recently mentioned the Epstein or list, at least maybe both, and the Diddy list. But even the executive orders to release, I haven't heard what's in those documents yet. I haven't heard anything out of it. I guess it just takes time to get it done.
It does, but let's just take the JFK thing. I'm telling you, you're never ever gonna see anything juicy on that, because whatever happened, it wasn't recorded, or if it was recorded, it's been destroyed. Probably years ago. And yeah, they might let a few documents out that you go, oh, I didn't know that, or but just it's going to be minor. As far as a smoking gun, nah, we're never going to see shit like that. Never.
I don't know, man. I keep saying, and it makes me, every time another week goes by, I keep saying I'm going to get the Kash Patel video. It's Kash Patel being interviewed, because I can't get it out of my head. The way that he's, and I might get it. If I could find it in the exact clip I wanted, I'd play it tonight, because I've been saying it. It keeps coming back up because it's important. I can't get it out of my head. He's in there talking about the JFK, and he says, well, you pretty much know everything in it, but, and then he starts talking about, he starts like damn near playing charades with us. Like he wants to tell us, but he obviously can't say what he wants to say. And he says, it's something in there that's still going on. It's something it's what you're not asking is what it is that's still going on. He can't say it. And I truly think, and I could be way out on a limb here, because this is just my literal crazy. I think it might be the MK Ultra programming that I know that they did. This full circle back to Kathy O'Brien, but it's some interesting stuff. It absolutely happened. It's a matter of how far and wide it spread, But I think it's like the kind that's on a lesser scale. That's why I said that's still going on today. Like in our news, Mockingbird Media and things like this. Like they're still doing like a mild, trying to, I think, mild like brainwashing on us with the social media and things like this. Like, I don't know, maybe it's not in there, but I don't know what he meant when he said, it's still going on. And that's what came to my mind. Okay, Lisa, I swear I was going to circle back to that. I knew I heard something about one of the lists. It was when they were talking to Kash, and they're grilling that guy, and they're like, all kinds of stuff. But yeah, they definitely said, did you say that he was going to sign off? They were asking him, did you see him do it? Like they were on it. And I don't know why it matters. What he said, like, that's not going to, I don't know. It's they don't want him in there. It's so obvious they don't want Kash Patel in there. But I certainly hope he makes it, because he's definitely the one that said that list should be out. And he mentioned all the other ones that are supposedly signed for, but I haven't heard anything out of them. I'm just saying it might not be that much, Yorga, and maybe it was there, but it's not going to come out. But he was alluding to something that still continues to go on that we aren't asking the question about. And I know a lot of people don't even know what the FMK, what that is. So they probably aren't asking. I don't know. I don't know what else is still going on. Maybe something completely else that we've never even heard of, I don't know.
Yeah, what. It might be a 3-letter agency that we've never even heard of before. A whole agency that's out there doing this stuff. It's so secret that, I don't know. Who knows, man? I'm not going to hold my breath waiting for anything. I know that.
I just want that. I'm going to look and see if I can find it, because it's not long or anything like that, but you could just, it sticks with me because he wanted to say it so bad, and he's saying that it needs to come out, and he's like trying to give us hints that it still goes on, it's, you need to, it's not what you're asking. And I'm like, so now I really want to know. And I'm kind of getting skeptical like you, Yorga, where it's like, even if it was in there, they might redact it or cover it up and let it come out, and that's going to suck. Like he's wanting us to, he should come out and tell us if they do that, because he wanted to anyway. You could tell.
If there was a true conspiracy on, let's go back to just JFK, let's just say a 3-letter agency that we do know about did it, they were not going to leave a paper trail. They're not going to go, well, there was Agent so-and-so was on the grassy knoll, no, they're not. It never got recorded, more than likely.
They say there's a whole Mandela effect about how many people were in the car, and I don't remember 6 people. I thought it was like way less. They call that part the Mandela effect of it. You know what I'm talking about?
I can't remember how many people were in there.
When you see I pull official video of it up. Well, I guess I could. I don't see why not, but there's a lot of people sitting in that car. There's like extra 2 seats that I don't remember, and some people, I don't know if anybody remembers it that way. I think it's a Mandela effect. Like, it's a thing.
No, I think there was 3 bench seats. Of course, there's a driver and probably a Secret Service guy, and then the second seat back was John Connolly, and I forget who else was in that one, and I think it was JFK and his wife were in the very last seat. I do think it was, because it was a big ass limo.
So maybe even 6 people?
Yeah, I think it could have been 6, because I know Connolly was shot, and I doubt he was riding shotgun. I think he was in that middle seat.
Yeah, I agree. He did, but they're trying, and I think that's why they're trying to keep him out, because he did say that. He said he was going to get the list out. He thinks it should be, and he explained why. That's what I wish I knew right where it was. I got this long ass interview, and I can't both be here and listen and find that spot, but I wish I had already done it, because it's worth seeing. It really is. I mean, he's going off in this, talking about Clinton and Obama's.
Long time. And they're not stopping with Biden. They're smart enough to know they want Biden out, but they haven't figured out yet how to do that.
So this is like before Biden was even out, this interview.
Right.
But I just don't know which one it is. And I mean, but he's trying to tell you, he releasing of JFK 9/11. This is the short.
I never believed that the CIA killed Kennedy.
You're talking to a guy that's read the entire JFK file.
You've seen all the secret stuff?
This is probably
all of that, and I've seen the 7 pages of the 9/11 report.
Yeah.
I've seen it all.
You don't say that to people that you can't tell what you saw. Should the Kennedy stuff be released?
It's a little bit bigger of a jigsaw puzzle. I mean, it's the same. Look, so the 7 pages of the 9/11 report, yes, overnight that needs to come out. I'm telling you, that's got to go.
Didn't that get named though?
And there will be some people that are pissed off.
That's not what I needed though. It was right near there. And I do think this is the same interview I was listening to. I was hoping it was just going to be easy and be right there. But he continues on and he goes, most what's in there, but it's what you think has stopped going on that's still going on. He's very man, that makes me so mad. It was so close. And I've seen it a million times. I just haven't seen it lately. So it's not in my history,
Yeah.
But it's definitely, it stands out. Every time that gives me hope. And that's why I want him in there, because I think he means what he says. And they're so freaking afraid of him. It's makes you really root for him. Like, I want somebody that they're afraid of. When they welcome them with open arms, then I get nervous. I don't want them to be comfortable with it. They should be a little nervous.
Well, there was a very interesting documentary. I believe it was on Netflix, and maybe it's still there. I think it was called The Smoking Gun. And it had a JFK thing in there that you would never, ever in a million years think, but it's like, boy, that does add up. What they think was, now there was a limo behind JFK's limo, and it was full of Secret Service. They had big automatic weapons, like ARs and stuff. And the first bullet hit JFK in the neck. It goes through his neck. And then the second bullet blows the back of his head off like it was a hollow point. And what they think is this one kind of gun-ho Secret Service agent in the second car back jumped up after the first shot and accidentally shot Kennedy in the head, because the 2 bullet wounds, the 2 bullets were completely different. One was like a regular bullet that hit him in the neck, and the other one exploded his head like a hollow point would. And it's a whole documentary about that. And, I think they named the guy and everything. that it was basically an accident. The second bullet was an accident.
And they even.
Sorry, that's my fault. There's some things I can only do through my phone and not on my laptop for some reason. I probably can. I probably could, but I don't know how. I don't know if it's exact. I'm not even sure if she's talking about the same one as I was talking about, but she might be. Or it might be another good one I haven't seen. Lisa. From the Senate hearing. See, that's probably a different one, but I've probably seen it too. I've watched so much when it comes to Cash, and he's either the best actor there ever was, or he's a really good dude, and he just is doing what's right. They actually exist. Like I was telling you about, what's her name? Kathy O'Brien. That's what she said. They didn't count on somebody being good because she couldn't have been taken out of that situation. She couldn't have gotten out of it alone. She needed one good person, and I guess they thought they had everything so locked down they didn't think anybody would go against. He's dead now. I think it was natural though. I think he died of cancer of his but he is dead now. All right, what can I do with this? Let me check it out. 10 minutes long. I don't know what all is said in this. I've definitely seen a bunch of it. I was watching some of these Senate hearings as well. So I asked her to do that, and then now on here it's different too. It's weird how some things are easier. Like on the laptop, it doesn't have a clickable link, but if it did, it would take me. Okay, that's okay. It's already in my history. That's the trick. So let's see. Might as well, right? I think he's a good guy. I really do. I hope for the best with him.
Well, everybody that they're putting on their cabinet is a go-getter, man. Every single one of them, man.
But also they're trying to keep him out, so we don't really know if he's going to get put in or not. We hope, or I hope, more than most. I hope for this guy because
and the ones that vote against him are afraid that their asses are going to be, he's going to find shit on them.
They're scared. Exactly. That's what I think. All right. Maybe.
Okay, we can move on. Senator Blackburn.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And Mr. Patel, there is absolutely no doubt that you have the experience and the expertise to lead the FBI, and we welcome you here today. We are pleased that you are here. I've been listening to my colleagues across the dais and listening to their questions, and it has led me to one thing. Why are the Democrats so afraid of you?
I don't know, Senator. You'd have to ask them.
Well, I'll tell you what I think. And listening to their questions and your responses, which we appreciate, they know that you're going to go in and you're going to clean up that political cabal that has been over there for years. You are going to reposition the FBI to its core mission. You stated that earlier in this hearing, and there will be no more.
All right, I'm going to check out this. I'm going to try to do the shorter one. I don't know how much shorter. I was going to just watch it on high speed, but that is kind of a long one. I don't know. 7 minutes. Well.
Senator Blackburn.
All right. I think I got it. I'm sorry. I hope I get better at this. If not, I guess I'll just always be slow forever. I hope not. No. This is the.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And Mr. Patel, there is absolutely no doubt.
Oh, good. It kept the speed. This is
experience and the expertise. Me to one thing. Why are the Democrats so afraid of you?
I don't know, Senator. You'd have to ask them.
Well, I'll tell you what I think. And listening to their questions and your responses, which we appreciate, they know that you're going to go in and you're going to clean up that political cabal that has been over there for years. You are going to reposition the FBI to its core mission. You stated that earlier in this hearing, and there will be no more political persecutions and no more 2 tiers of justice. And they have liked having 2 tiers of justice. They have enjoyed it, and it has helped them. They think in their political mission, they've enjoyed targeting Catholics. They've enjoyed targeting parents, but the American people have said they want no more of that. And our colleagues know you're going to clean it up. I want to talk to you about the Epstein case. I have worked on this for years, trying to get those records of who flew on Epstein's plane and who helped him build this international human trafficking, sex trafficking.
I have to pause it right here to say, you know what? I don't think I saw this part, Lisa. Thank you so much. I don't even think I heard this. I heard something different, Let's hear it, though. I'm excited to hear this.
Ring. Now, earlier, I urged then Chairman Durbin to subpoena those records, and I ended up being blocked by Senator Durbin and Christopher Wray. They stonewalled on this, and I know that breaking up these trafficking rings is important to President Trump. So will you work with me on this issue so we know who worked with Jeffrey Epstein in building these sex trafficking rings?
I'm so sorry. I'm trying to...
Absolutely, Senator. Child sex trafficking has no place in the United States of America, and I will do everything, if confirmed as FBI director, to make sure the American public knows the full weight of what happened in the past and how we are going to countermand missing children and exploited children going forward.
Thank you for that. I do want to touch on the political persecution. I find it so interesting that they feel like you would carry out political persecution. Your parents are with us today. They fled Uganda and persecution from Idi Amin. And I think that with your background and given your family's history, that you would never move to political persecution. Is that accurate?
Yes, Senator, that is.
And we appreciate that you would remove any kind of 2 tiers of justice from the FBI because they have practiced that every day for years. Not all FBI agents. There are some good ones. And we certainly want to keep them, but the politics has got to be moved out of the agency. Now, they've tried to frame you as being anti-police. We've discussed that some today. And I know that you grew up working with NYPD officers in your community. And I know that law enforcement groups, including the National Association of Police Organizations, endorsed your nomination. And on top of that, your brother is a law enforcement officer. Is that accurate?
Many of my family are, yes, Senator.
How many of your family, sir?
Well, I guess the Indians have a different definition of family. We got a really big one, and they're all family.
We all love big families.
So we got a lot.
I appreciate that. But it is accurate to say that in your role, you're going to do everything that you possibly can to protect the men and women who are protecting our communities.
That is of the utmost importance.
Thank you. I want to go to the Nunes memo. You were the principal author of the Nunes memo. Is that accurate?
Yes, me and staff.
Thank you. And that did really so much to focus the light on the Russiagate hoax and the political cabal that was for years operated out of the DOJ and the FBI. And I know that there are some that felt like that memo was not accurate. We know now differently. And I'm quoting a comment that was made about that memo and by a member of that House Intel Committee, and I quote, "It was meant only to give Republican House members a distorted view of the FBI," end quote. I find it so interesting. They use the term distorted view. I think the American people who for 4 years under Biden saw the FBI weaponized against them, against parents, against people of faith, weaponized against President Trump. I think they would disagree with that. Do you stand by the good work that you did on the Nunes memo?
Our team, and yes, absolutely.
And the Nunes memo was accurate in its description of the details, correct?
As confirmed by the Inspector General, the Special Counsel, because the Nunes memo only contains sworn information received pursuant to transcribed interviews and production of government materials, including FBI 302s and DOJ memorandum.
So the Nunes memo is accurate?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for that. In your new role as director, how will you work to root out 2 tiers of justice at the FBI?
The same way I have always done so, ma'am, with the utmost fidelity to the Constitution and integrity to law enforcement. Government must allow those who are privileged to serve to execute their law enforcement duties fully, but at the same time, the American people deserve accountability inwards to government, to any of those who violate that sacred trust.
And as you prepare to take this new role, what are the top areas of concern for you as we look at our national security?
The top areas when it comes to national security, ma'am, have remained unchanged, and the threat dynamic has increased. It's thwarting terrorist activities and terrorist attacks here and overseas against our citizens and our allies. And it also includes CCP espionage, which is running rampant these last 5 years through our country, including our cyber infrastructure and our agricultural properties. And it also includes taking on Iran, the #1 state sponsor of terror, and any other adversary that wishes to harm America.
Thank you. I look forward to a yes vote on your confirmation. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman, Senator McGee, Mr. Chairman. Oh, yes. Since the senator from Tennessee.
I do hope that he gets in, man. It's no mistake. One of the first things that I saw within less than a week was those 80,000 children being quote unquote found out of 300,000 who were missing that came over the border, unaccompanied. And I've talked about this a couple weeks ago, but it's still kind of, it seems to me that that's the biggest difference. You remember, I have a clip of it, but I don't know where, I wish I knew where it was. I'll get it. Do you remember when they questioned Trump about the 17th letter of the alphabet?
No.
It's so funny, man. It really is, because he really doesn't have a choice. He does mention that they don't ever ask Biden to say anything bad about Antifa or anything, and how it's always his way. But when he does respond, he goes, I don't know much about them. He goes, but I know they hate pedos, and I know they like me a lot.
Yeah.
You just have to see it. It's just so funny. Because when you think about it, like, yeah, I get it. People they think it's crazy or whatever. But when you really go down that rabbit hole, if everything they said was true, then nothing bad will happen. It'll all be good. Oh my gosh, Lisa, it wasn't, but it was a good one. I hadn't heard some of that put the way they put it. I'll find it. I've seen it before. I just can't do it while I'm on here. But I'll definitely find it. He is trying to tell us something, and that we need to know, but we're not asking the right questions. And it's not, like you said, it's not going to be there. It's not, there's something in that file, I believe. I don't know if we'll see it or not. There's something. And I think it's going to be about MK Ultra. I don't know why, just because I think that makes sense, that that's still going on in our news and all this type of things.
Yeah.
But other than that, then it's something I have no idea. Something else that's been going on since way back then, and we've never known about.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what I'm saying. I wanted to show that video so you could see what I saw. The way that I don't want to misquote him, man. It was something like, it's the closest I can get, is that, well, it's still going on today. And it was like he was saying it's a bad thing. So I just hope that when we actually get the files, that what he's talking about is shown too. Exactly. It's always being hidden. Hey, Miss Mindersue, I didn't see you yet.
Are you talking about all those missing children? I'm not trying to be facetious, but I couldn't help but think about that when we were watching the protest a little while ago, and a guy sitting in his car and getting a little kid to wave the flag. Who knows whose kid that is?
That's what they said, man. Hey, Kaiser, that's what they said, that those kids that we're talking about, some of them asked to go home. And they said no and took them in the middle of the night. There's a news report. I have to go find it again, but I have a link to it. It's really happened, to get them in the middle of the night and take them to sponsors. And it was totally unraveled that they were like some of these people they basically were trafficked, a lot of them. And it's like, that shit is just unacceptable. And to think it took him less than a week to find 80,000 of 300,000. Because I feel like if those 80,000 were in bad conditions like that, what about the other ones? They're probably in bad conditions too. But they weren't even looking for them in the other administration.
Yeah, I think it's a domino effect. I think they know. Let's say they know one bad guy they're going after, and they end up in a house with a dozen people. And so it's a domino effect of, all right, we're going to get this guy. Let's check these other people out, and there could be some children there. And go, wait a minute, this one's one of those kids. I think they almost accidentally found those 80,000 out of going after the bad guys. I think. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I wouldn't mind that picture, but I don't know how you're going to send it to me.
Yeah.
I have got to get my email. I don't know why. Isn't it funny that some things that probably take you 10 minutes, you'll put it off for 2 weeks or something?
Yeah.
Take 10 minutes and do the thing. Oh, I got to basically reset an email or something like that. I need to get a pretty much brand new email, or at least one that's mine that I've had for my whole life I can remember is full. And then I have another one. I need to put one on my YouTube account so I can keep in touch with people if they do want to send a link or something, make it a lot easier, because I don't even have one attached. If I attach the one I have now, my email will get so full I can't look at anything. So I have to set up the okay, what's this? Let me see if I can get it on my phone.
All right, well, I hate to do this to you, but it's after 1 here, and I took a couple of sleeping pills. So I'm going to try to get on a regular sleeping pattern. So I'm going to have to bolt. I hate to leave you like this.
Before you do, and I'll probably go with you. But before you do, I just got this Lisa sent. So
Okay.
and you tell me, I'm gonna have to do it on my phone.
No,
Tell
I can
me,
do a few
it
minutes.
doesn't look like the one that I've seen before. It actually look. Oh shoot. No, it's just if I pause it, I feel like the one I saw looked larger in the back and it looked unnatural, but that actually looks. Let's see. Yeah, is that 3 rows? I think that looked. It looked different. I saw this. How you remember it?
Yeah, that's John Connolly sitting right in front of JFK.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not really sure. Look at Project Artichoke, Project Bluebird, MK Ultra. So it's all connected. Well, see, I'm sitting here talking about the one thing, which was right in the third one. But these are all these other ones. And I do know a little bit about Bluebird I've heard of. And then they call the media Mockingbird media sometimes. But like these other ones, I don't even know. MK Often, MK Naomi. I've never even heard of that. You're going to send me down another rabbit hole, Navy Fed. Yep. I'm totally going to write it down because I'll forget. But Bluebird, I've heard of it, but I can't place it in my mind. I definitely heard all about the MK stuff. And like I said, that Kathy O'Brien, I might just do one just only on that, put that video up. Because I feel like I'm always repeating myself. And I'd rather just show the video so that other people could know what I was talking about more than repeating myself, because a lot of people probably do, but a lot of people are like, what are you talking about? And it's actually really, I believe her. I'm actually really interested in it. I do know people that think she's a liar, and I don't know why somebody would go that far to lie.
Yeah.
What are you getting out of that? Oh man, some people feel sorry for you. I mean, that just doesn't seem worth it for that little bit of attention to tell this fantastical story and just have made it up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Navy. I don't know about that soon ago. Okay, I see. A lot of people say that. Have a good night, Wayne. But yeah, I mean, I could hang out, but I didn't really put the link out there. I don't know. It doesn't seem like anybody really wants to come up. And I won't sit here, but I mean, 5 minutes, I could probably make it by myself, and I'll be like, all right, bye, y'all. I would try, and I still, even when I try to stay, I just end up going, all right, have a good night. Just hit the X. And I miss backstages. I wish more people would like kind of come up, hang out, and then go backstage and hang out, because it's less like recorded,
Yeah.
Or laid back.
Yep.
And it's kind of funny because if you listen to all the random stuff I say, imagine more laid back than all the crazy shit I already say. That's kind of scary probably to some people. But yeah, let's see. What does it say? 252. So we made it almost a whole 3 hours because we started early, Orga. That's the trick, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
This is the longest you've ever been on one of mine.
Yeah. 3 hours for a stream is about the most I can do, I think.
Well, I mean, I'm glad you did, though.
Yeah.
It was fun. I don't want to. I'm not going to bullshit for 8 more minutes. We'll probably just go ahead and end it. Freaking ghetto, man. One time talked to me about stopping them at a certain time, and now I can't help but look at it, and notice, and think about it. Even when you hit it, like it adds a few more seconds. So if you try to make it something, you got to click it right before. So I'll try even. I'm going to try. Do you see it? Look, I'm going to try to get it around the 4, but I don't really know. So in other words, good night, y'all. I'm about to click this end stream. I'm trying to Rumble crashed. Hey, Larry, I didn't even see you. Have a good night, Kaiser. It was good to see you. All right. I'm going to try now. Good night, you guys. Oh,
okay.
Miss Mindersoon. Good night, everybody.
All right. Good night. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.